Finally, yes, we should be on. All right, there we go. We're also on YouTube. Hello everyone. Okay, I won't be alone for today. For a bit, we'll watch the trailer for Joker 2. We'll go over the whole lineup from TIFF first, and then we'll go over the Venice lineup. While we do that, I kind of want to craft a watch list, a potential, maybe some of, well, my personal channel already saw that I kind of attempted to do a series that I never got to fully, like, actually, like, finish on. I made, like, 11 videos, going over, like, prep work that I usually do for festivals like these, where you kind of want to familiarize yourself with the filmmakers, maybe where you haven't seen any of their work before. And I feel like it's a great alternative for people who can't go to these like super exclusive festivals that are only for professionals, that they can still kind of participate. And yeah, they can watch the other films in preparation for, I guess, a later release of these films. And I think we're all good. Yeah, seems like our connection is fine. We're all here. Let me know if anything's like fucked up about the audio. But yeah, if you're on YouTube, leave a like on the stream as well. Helps it for more people to discover it. And we haven't been live in a minute on that Quiet on Set YouTube channel. So lots of new people that have joined us since then. Since I think we last were live here, well, in my home with Lachlan when we did like a couple of experimental things. Hello, Mr. Kevin. Is all good? I'll join us in a second, but like, is the music fine? Is it way too loud? I have no clue. But even if it was, it's great music. So like, you know, you can have it a bit too loud. That's fine. He's having dinner. Yeah, gobbled it. I had to shove down my food because I'm so excited to talk about festival stuff. But no. All right, let's see. Let me get the chat up as well so I can see that. And then we'll have a look at the TIFF lineup first. Again, I dropped those. Link below is the list as well in the live stream, if you want to have a look yourself. Appreciate the likes, but not needed, you know. All right. So, looking at these two lists, I'm actually gonna lower it. No, maybe that's like way too quiet. I'll bump this up a bit, but I can't focus if two things are happening at the same time. I'll make it like quiet, but I want some music in the background. But the way TIFF works is essentially it's a public festival, so that's its main focus. So you don't have that exclusionary thing that you get from Sundance, although there's public screenings there as well. In Venice, there's public screenings as well, but you definitely prioritize if you are with press and industry. There's options that you can get into it with as a student, but I think I've mainly seen yo Giulietta, what's up in the YouTube chat. It's mainly for people, I think, who are Italian. I'm not sure about that. Ghana is a bit more international, where you can see a bunch of people who get the 3-day ticket. And with TIFF, as long as you can make it to Toronto, and you can get those, although I've heard some bad stuff about like the ticketing itself, then yeah, you can basically go see as many of the films as you want to. And the way that they have split it is into 3 main sections. I'm not entirely sure if they'll actually have more announced later on, but you get the galas, you get special presentations, and platforms. So galas is the big stuff, followed by the special presentations, which if you look at this over here, I've seen like a fair chunk of the festival selection already, and that's the stuff that played in Gun. So they got a bunch of repeats there. So it's basically the stuff that doesn't exclusively need to be a premiere. Some other festivals like Gun and Venice have that asterisk to it, that you need to be like the first to actually show it. And TIFF does have a selection for that type of stuff to be reshown, and there's a surprising lack of overlap, I gotta say. There's two films that I found are both shared at Venice and TIFF, and I do have it on this screen over here. I can just show you. So only The Order and 40 Acres I've seen have so far been in Venice and at TIFF. The rest of it is all like exclusionary. We'll go over this in a second where we prep all of our stuff, but I'm getting ahead of myself. There's just a lot to do. There's no face cam on the YouTube stream. You are right. Hold up. Thank you so much, Kev. For some reason, the virtual cam was up. Hello. You guys are familiar with my face if you are watching on the YouTube channel, so sorry about that. Thanks, Kev, for spotting that. But yeah, all right, let's have a look. I feel like here we won't go into as much detail as we will with Venice, just because currently we don't have a plan to attend the festival. It overlaps a bit with the tail end of Venice, and I think they just announced as well that like in Venice a lot of the most anticipated films will be screened later in the festival, which usually is the other way around. I don't know really why they're doing it. It seems to be that they have a few more series that they're showing. Last year I think we had one or maybe two. Kev and I ended up watching one all the way through with like 12 episodes, and this year they got so much. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's have a look at the TIFF stuff first. So I can go into their website as well, and you can see all of the films already with nice little I guess little previews and stuff like that, and what section they play in. Nicely done here, but what you can notice is as well that the focus is way more on Canadian films, right? They got the Maple Leaf here, and then also I guess a bit more American centered films, where like it's enough if there's an American star in it to get it in there. It's less international, and then the ones that they have that are international feel like they're kind of a best off from other festivals. Like here I think that's I really like that film. It was like my fourth favorite coming out of Gun. Magnus von Hort, I think, is a Swedish filmmaker. But yeah. And like in special presentations, like that's where they get the international stuff. And they seem to be going a bit more for audience favorites. But they also don't have like that many movies comparatively. On my Venice list, you'll see that... Hold up. On my Venice list, you'll see that there's a ton that also are not on Letterboxd yet. Just because, I guess, yeah, it just came out today, and TIFF lineup, I think, came out like 1 or 2 days ago. But, all right. let's have a look. All right, first up, let's start with the gala section. And... we'll get to that in a bit. So we got here a film, it's a satirical musical based on the life of British pop star Robbie Williams, by Stephen why did I say Stephen? Michael Gracie, who's the director of The Greatest Showman. If I had to like already put that on the list, I guess The Greatest Showman is one of the things that we can do that like right as we do these. So we'll make like a... Oh god, I am not supposed to leak my list here, but so this is like TIFF 2024 remote watch along, we'll call it, because I won't be going to TIFF, and we'll add that to the list, and we'll add more things to the list, so stuff that you can watch instead of attending the festival. But yeah, this is an interesting one. It's not a genre for some reason. Switzerland is a co-production. Okay, that's interesting. It comes out, it has a release date, so you'll see that with a lot of the like TIFF stuff, even if you can't go, that like a lot of it is planned to have that later festival award season release, so you won't have to wait like too long until it actually ends up dropping maybe the end of the year, compare that to Venice, where a lot of the stuff sometimes bleeds over into the next year, but it's not always the case. That's why like these festivals end up being kind of more predictable than the early stuff, because you can kind of assume what's going to be coming out towards the end of the year as it makes an awards push. And I've been told by a couple people here in the industry that this year's lineup, like who had insiders before it came out, that like it was quite predictable where it ended up. But yeah, Better Man. I mean, I've listened to some Robbie Williams music, not really like I don't know, hungering for anything. To get that, like, I don't know, a musical comedy, but hey, it's non-fictional. Sorry, it's fictional, so that might be interesting. And then Eden, Ron Howard. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of his. I don't know if I need to add anything to the remote watch along. Maybe at Apollo 13 as a film that I should catch up on, but that's a movie you could watch. But what's Eden about? A darkly comic tale of murder and survival, focusing on an eclectic group of characters who abandon civilization for the Galapagos Islands. They are all searching for the answer to that ever-pressing question that plagues us all. What is the meaning of life? I guess what other movie would go well with that? Of course, Solo. Or this one, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Or Hillbilly Elegy, very timely with, you know, Mr. J.D. Vance over here. Soon to be, hopefully not, vice president. Alright. Sweet. Good to know that the background is on a good, like, music is on a good level. Perfect. We're all clear. So this is a movie with Ana de Armas. We also have Ansel Elgort in this. Or is that... Does look like him, but I guess it's not him. Jude Law, Daniel Bruhl, Vanessa Kirby, Felix Camara, Toby Wallace. Damn, okay. Sydney Sweeney. He's the guy from All Quiet on the Western Front. That's him on the left here. Yeah, definitely one that I'm looking forward to. But yeah. And then R.J. Cutler and David Furnish have a world premiere, Elton Never Too Late, which I assume is going to be a documentary on Elton John. What other documentaries have these two done before? By the way, I have had a look through, especially a bit more closely towards the Venice stuff, not as much TIFF, so I'm discovering things as we were looking through it together. But Big Vape, okay. Billie Eilish doc from 3 years ago, and this guy has done a documentary on Elton before. Okay, didn't pique my interest too much. Let's have a look at the next one. Harbin for a Better Tomorrow follows Korean independence activists who launched a daring attack on Harbin against the Japanese to gain their country's independence. Kev, I see you already got that on your watch list, buddy. I don't know if you're still eating or if you're in chat, but like, which of these should I watch first? I feel like I've heard of Inside Men, but that might be a different thing. You haven't seen it yourself, so you couldn't really recommend that. That's Song Kang-ho. And it's streaming on Netflix. It doesn't have the best of ratings. What about this one, though? This The Man Standing Next. I guess he's not probably. The Man Standing still slow but good. Yeah, it's 114 minutes. I don't know about Toronto, but Jesus Christ, like Venice has so many 3-hour plus movies or 2.5-hour plus movies, and then they have miniseries that are like 448 minutes long. I think the longest one. It's going to be crazy busy. But I'll put this on the watch list and add this one to the TIFF watch along. All right, Harbin. Put that on the watch list as well. It looks quite intriguing, or sounds intriguing from the logline. Nutcrackers from David Gordon Green, who we are familiar with for the recent three not so much liked Halloween films, and then the hated Exorcist Believer and Pineapple Express. Let's see if this movie is a bit more serious, or is it a drama comedy. Okay, work-obsessed Mike must reluctantly travel to rural Ohio mentioned, to look after his four rambunctious nephews after their parents die in a car accident. What begins as a 3-day trip to find foster care turns into a week of farm life mayhem and the realization that he doesn't need to find them home. They found one for him. Oh my god. Ben Stiller, Linda Cardinelli. Who else do I notice from here? Not really anyone. Who's Eddie Pattinson? Oh, only in supporting roles where I've seen her before. I don't know if there's like another film needed. I feel like I'm good on the David Gordon Green front. I know I have this on my watch list because it's Ben Stiller, you know, but I'm not like, you know, I really gotta see this. Then Oh Canada. Do I have it here? I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it with me right now. Or at least I put it somewhere. But I do have the book it's based on. I still haven't read it. But Paul Schrader's latest, starring Richard Gere and Jacob Elordi, it's decent. It's decent. Some people are really not gonna like it, and some people are definitely gonna make smart arguments of why it's actually kind of good. But this one is about a Canadian-American leftist documentary filmmaker who was one of the 60,000 draft evaders and deserters who fled to Canada to avoid serving in Vietnam. Now in his late 70s, Five is dying of cancer in Montreal and has agreed to a final interview in which he is determined to bear all his secrets at last, to demythalize his mythologized life. Sorry, English is hard. So as you can see, like from people, friends of mine, the reactions vary quite a bit. It's cool that Paul Schrader also wants to watch this. Good to know. But I've seen some of his stuff. I feel like one of the things that I wanted to watch in preparation of for Gun was Mishima, but didn't end up going with that. So I think I'll add this to the list, I guess, but it's one of the films where I don't need to be prepared for because I've already seen it. Light Sleeper, Blue Collar. Oh, I think you said that already when... I feel like Paul Schrader deserves... Because I kind of want to catch up a bit more on his stuff. I'll add two on the list. I know. He's got bangers that I really need to see. I don't want to binge them too much, and I don't want to oversaturize the watch-along list. All right, let's move on. Road Diary, Bruce Springsteen, and the Street Bang. By the amount of like music docs, you'd think this is maybe like South by Southwest. It's crazy. But hold on, let me see if I'm actually I'll have to do something in Discord so Kev can join me once he's ready. But no rush. We're still on still have a bunch of TIFF stuff ahead of us. From Tom Zimney, who directed Sly from last year. It was a decent doc. This one is, I think, an Apple one, right? Is this one streaming on... Yeah, it's on Apple. I haven't seen it. This one was for Disney, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So he's one that focuses on these types of docs, and he's done a couple on Bruce Springsteen. And this documentary opens a new door to Springsteen's creative process for fans around the world, sharing fly-on-the-wall footage of band rehearsals and special moments backstage, as well as hearing from Springsteen himself. So, sure, for people who are interested, I like his music, but I don't... Yeah, I don't... Wait, Affliction would be mine, I guess? What do you mean, Kev? Superboys of... Malayagon. Who's this? Couple films that I'm not familiar with. From an Indian filmmaker. follows the journey of an aspiring filmmaker as he bands together his group of friends to make a film for a small town of Mohican. I don't know. Probably butchered that pronunciation. A heartwarming tale that beautifully captures the essence of friendship and the transformative power of filmmaking. This would be, I don't know, an easy skip for me. Doesn't get me interested. Then this is the closing film by Rebel Wilson, her directorial debut. And yeah, I don't think I need to catch up on any of her acting stuff. A tale of two young women from different cultures, one from the bush and the other is a cynical city girl. Both are searching for self-acceptance and a date to the Deb. No, I think I'm good. Okay. The Friend follows the story of love, friendship, grief, and healing about a writer who adopts a Great Dane that belonged to a late friend and mentor. Okay. Co-directing here from a director who I haven't seen any of his films, but I've heard of What Maisie Knew. I feel like that rings a bell, and they've worked on these films together before. So let's have a look at what Maisie Knew kind of is ratings wise at. Julianne Moore. Okay, that has sold it to me. I will catch up on this, or I'll try to. Based on a novel. Is this another novel adaptation? Yeah, it's a novel adaptation. Original writer usually means it's from the book. So those are two that maybe sometimes do novel adaptations. All right. We are still in the gala section, which is in, I don't know if I have this wrong. Do I have this wrong? Are the shrouds? Shroud? No, it is in gala presentations. Okay, because I thought that gala needed to be maybe a world premiere. And special gets the other one. I don't know what qualifies what is what then. I have no clue. Maybe they charge more for like the gala stuff. But alright, let's get the rest of the gala stuff in here. That movie will be in debt. I'm sure that Rebel Wilson can cover it easily. All right, Peter Cadenau. Okay. A British filmmaker from London. I see Dwight Schrute on here. A movie with Rainn Wilson. Not favorably rated though. What about this? The Full Monty. I think I've heard of this one. I mean, it's on my watch list. And it's on Disney Plus, so it's an easy sell for me to put that on the remote watch along. But his next film is a true story of disillusioned Englishman who went to work in school in Argentina in 1976. Expecting an easy ride, he discovered instead a complicated and divided nation and a class of practically unteachable young boys. When he finds a small penguin washed up on an oil-slicked beach, his life is turned upside down, and the penguin becomes not only a valued friend, but also a teacher of life's most important lessons. For Tom, the boys, and many others. So we got Steve Coogan in this. Seen a bunch of his stuff that he's in. Of course, his best work in the Minions as where's Steve? I don't know where he is. I can't see him. Never mind. And then Jonathan Pryce, who has had some incredible performances. I kind of want to put Brazil on here, although it's not from the director. But I won't. It's not a preparation for what the actors have done before, but more for the filmmakers. But this goes on the watch list too. And then The Return. Nowhere Special. Still Live. Still Live, I only know the one that's from this one. Because I saw the filmmaker's latest film, Caught by the Tides in Gun, and I didn't like it. So that's why that is ringing a bell. This one, pretty well regarded. James Norton, I'll add that to the list. I feel like that seems like a safe pick to get an understanding of the filmmaker's work. After 20 years away, Art Odysseus washes up on the shores of Ithaca, haggard and unrecognizable. The king has finally returned home, but much has changed in his kingdom since he left to fight the Trojan War. Ralph finds Juliette Binoche, Charlie Plummer, and then these two I'm not familiar with. They have not left an impression, and then him neither, but looking forward to this. Is this the ripped Ralph? What do you mean the ripped? Is he Ralph finds ripped in this? I like the poster. It's a decent one. I mean, it's a Tale of Odysseus. That could be interesting. Then the latest Cronenberg film, I think, was a bit of a miss. If I were to pair it up with another one that he's done, I watched Eastern Promises in preparation for it. Scanners is a good one. Yeah, Videodrome always works. And then A Wild Robot. I'll actually get to see this sooner than later, but I won't be able to talk about it because it's at like an exclusive thingy, unfortunately. But Chris Sanders, I definitely have to watch Lilo and Stitch before I even see The Wild Robot. And yeah, we'll do that. That's easy enough. Andrea Bocelli, Because I Believe. So this is another doc. From Cosima Spender follows Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli beyond the stage and into his private life. It's interesting how many like portraits that they have of singers and stuff like that. But yeah, check Discord. What's up? Oh God, I can't leak the rest of our stuff. Jesus Christ, he's ripped. I guess I am leaking. Shit. Alright, hold up. Okay. I should have just switched to my full cam, but it's nothing that you're not supposed to know on that. So that's fine. But yeah, I'm not gonna add anything else from that filmmaker on here. Don't Let Go of the Dogs Tonight. Okay, that's a directorial feature debut from an actress mainly. Okay. Adaptation of Alexandra Fuller's memoir. Actor-director explores the end of the tenuous truce between white landowners and black farm workers in the lead-up of the 1980 election of Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. Okay, and why is she doing this movie then? It's could open. Yeah, no. I know. That wasn't the smartest thing, Kev. I could have just opened the image. But I was like, I was feeling risky today. Sure. I don't know. Didn't get me interested. Unstoppable, a true story of Anthony Robles, a three-time All-American wrestler born with one leg who won a national championship in Arizona State. Okay. So it's so good they listed it twice. So that's an editor turned director. Damn, he edited Heat, Imitation Game, Air, Argo. Okay. Jennifer. Never mind. Oh wait, it did have Gerald Jerome. God damn it. Okay, I'll add it. Although I cannot stand Jennifer Lopez. Bobby Cannavale, Michael Pena. Okay. Well, and then Will and Harper. I think this one already played at Sundance as well. Yeah. Pretty positive response, and it's from Josh Greenbaum, who I really didn't like this one, but I know it worked for a lot of other people. I know this rating is atrocious for some, and Strays was about basically he's making Spaceballs too. Okay. But yeah, this one I don't think I'll watch anything else from him. I've seen enough. So that brings us to the special presentations, which there are a lot of. All We Imagine as Light win a Grand Prix. Yeah, that one's in there as well, and that's the next one, right? So let's talk about a couple of these gun ones. There's a bunch. Let's just get all of the the gun stuff out of the way. I think that's about it. Yeah, okay. So, All We Imagine Is Light. I think this one's like really solid. Yeah, it's about like Ina's routine. She's troubled when she receives an unexpected gift from her estranged husband. Her younger roommate Anu tries in vain to find a spot in the city to be intimate with her boyfriend. A trip to the beach town allows them to find space for the desires to manifest. So the interesting thing about this one, I feel like it kind of like, to me, I would exclude this last bit because I wouldn't regard this as a spoiler like whatsoever. So no worry, don't be alarmed. But like the trip to the beach is not something that like happens early on in this film. It feels like it's something that almost comes towards the tail end. So it feels to me a bit odd to include that because a lot of it is just a routine of these two people's lives and how they maybe intersect a bit, and they start to intersect a bit more and more. And it's a patient film, but it doesn't feel particularly like super slow. I think in Cannes people were grasping for a really good film like late into the festival. To me it was a bit overblown of how good it is. I think it's solid. It didn't like blow me away though. Then Anora, speaking of being blown away, Anora, of course, definitely a film that you should put on your watch list. And I mean, it's getting a theatrical release in October, so soon after soon after TIFF it will be out regardless. But yeah, not everywhere, not worldwide. I hope Neon is doing distribution worldwide. I know they're struggling with it sometimes. Like we just got Long Legs, and it only we only got it because it had that huge opening. So I feel like in a lot of international markets they might end up waiting until like this movie premieres, see how well it does, and then bring it, and that would be a pity. This one is really hard to market. So Andrea Arnold is an incredible filmmaker. I especially love Cow. I think an incredible film. Fish Tank as well is great. I still have to see like Wasp and American Honey, but Bird goes into some weird directions. Barry Keoghan is an interesting like side character in it, and Franz Rogowski can also like, he also gets to do some fun stuff. It's not perfect all around, but I think it's worth seeing as well, especially if you like her work and how she sometimes really likes to focus on animals and like the wildness of nature, and then kind of contrasting that, not contrasting that, but like what do you call it when you like you put something on the window so you can kind of trace it. It's like a tracing map of the characters. It gets reflected in them, and I really like that. And then Caught by the Tides. This movie is 111 minutes long. It feels 3 hours. I just feel like it kind of meanders around. I think it was also they changed it now to drama, but I think initially it was like also a drama romance, and I didn't really see any of the romance in it. But yeah, maybe some people connect to it more than I did. This also gives it like a vibe as if it's like future or whatever. This is towards the end. It's like a one-off thing, and this robot has nothing to do with the movie. It kind of was misleading to me because I was interested in where they were going here, but I mean, it's set in the early 2000s, and I think then it makes a time jump as well at some point. But yeah, then also another film that a lot of people liked. I mean, look at this curve. There's a lot of praise coming its way. I just thought this, I just didn't get it. I just really didn't get it. It's like one of Zoe Saldana's, I feel like, worst performances. The songs, in like my review, I said like worst music in any musical ever, maybe. The songs are like really terrible, and I feel like in a musical, which it doesn't say it's a musical, I guess it's a thriller drama with songs, I guess, okay. It just really doesn't work. And then the trans character in it, I feel like is more like on the front, seems progressive and interesting, but then when you look closer to it, I don't like the way that it was tackled. I feel like they could have done that better. But Jacques Audiard is someone who has worked with American and English-speaking cast before, the Sisters Brothers. It's quite solid. I could also recommend Paris 13th District. Two solid films. Look, I feel like it's in the Woods conversation, so a lot of people will end up watching it, but I didn't really see why you should check it out, especially if you don't like musicals. I feel like it's not doing itself any favors. But maybe then they seem so slight and insignificant, those musical sequences, that people won't mind it. But it was also weird to me that like they had a 4-way tie for best performance. Maybe I could see Carla Sofia Gascon, you know, but the rest of it, I don't know, was kind of underwhelming. Then the Executioner. This one was like, it felt long, was entertaining, but the filmmaker has made like a ton of I think like action films, and this one is like a crime thriller, comedy as well. Yeah, it's funny at times, but it's got one too many characters to focus on. That's that. Then Misericordia. Yeah, this one was another like fine film that is, wait, let's say what it mentions here in the logline. This is about 31-year-old Jérémy, who returns to Saint-Martial at the Massif Central region for an old friend's funeral. In this village where so much goes unsaid, he must contend with rumors and suspicion until he commits an irreparable act and finds himself at the center of a police investigation. Yeah, it tells you a lot of what's going to happen in the film, and it's a lot of it is just really about the weirdness of all of these interactions, and it has like quite a bit of heart at the center of it all, but I just couldn't really make sense of it tonally. It was a bit all over the place. I feel like for people outside of France, I don't know if they'll ever see this apart from premiering at TIFF. I don't know if it will get like another release later on. So if that interests you, then probably TIFF is the only place to go see it. Then Guy Madden, with a really bizarre film where basically these people here, Alicia Vikander plays a different character, but Cate Blanchett is like the representative of Germany. Charles Dance is the one from I think from the States, and then yeah, there's a couple different people from, I guess, a G7 summit, and it gets more bizarre as it gets on. Just reminds me that I still haven't done my gun recap, and it's the end of July. I do need to get on that, because I feel like I have a lot of it. I haven't really said yet, but that's Rumors. Girl with a Needle, really solid film. Again, I would say go watch Sweat. That was the directorial debut, I think. No, this one actually was also a feature, but Magnus von Horn really delivered here. Set in like World War I Copenhagen, like post World War I, and there's poverty, and then having a kid gets difficult in that time period, and maybe the option to let someone adopt it, and then there's like some darker undertones, and yeah, I think this one's really solid. Can very much recommend it, and it's another one where I don't know if like it played at Sydney and then played at like New Horizons and just Karlov later this I guess, no, that was late last month, and I don't know if it will get like a wider release, because it will be a highly contentious film once more people hear what it actually is about. But yeah, that's that. Okay, Kev, if you are ready, you can join me and we can have a look at the rest of the TIFF films, because I'm talking so much. I feel my throat getting sore. Let's see if he's here and if he's joining. Okay. The only thing Kev sent me is just like the poster of Harmony Corinne's like next film out of Venice, Baby Invasion. As a, I don't know if this is a fan-made poster. Hold on, I can do better this time. What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Oh my god, I didn't mean to zoom in on that. All right, so we have all of the rest left that is not already premiered at other festivals. So let's have a look at some of these, all the way up to Night Bitch. Okay, Barry Keoghan, Christopher Abbott, That goes on the watch list. Christopher Andrews. So that's that movie. Bring Them Down, Stalker. Let's have a look at these two. So this is a short. So this is a directorial debut. Has he worked in any other departments as a writer? Okay, if only for his own films as well. I mean, yeah, definitely has me interested. Michael, the last son of a shepherding family, lives with his ailing father, Ray. When a conflict with rival farmer Gary and his son Jack escalates, a devastating chain of events leaves both families permanently altered. That really reminds me of Shotgun Stories for some reason. So Michael... so the rival farmer is who? It doesn't say here yet. So these two will be in conflict. Anything else about the story? It's not an adaptation, but this seems just like Jeff Nichols films, like similar to that. Like Shotgun Story tracks a feud that erupts between two sets of half brothers following the death of their father, set against the cotton fields and back roads of southeast Arkansas. These brothers discover the lengths of which each will go to protect their family. So this is like toxic masculinity. Maybe here it's less about like toxic masculinity. Yo, Josh, what's up? How do you feel about Beetlejuice being the opening film? I think it's a great choice, not gonna lie. But we got to Venice in a bit. But I haven't seen the original Beetlejuice, and I think that trailer actually was quite good. It got me quite interested. Anne-Marie Fleming. How much time is enough? It's the future and we've solved all the world's problems. Mitigated climate challenge, eradicated poverty, achieved trans-species equality. Teenage artists have to record how we do it. It's Kia's first day on a job. Huh? Sandra Oh? Okay. Is anyone familiar with this? Because she's done what seems like a lot of like animation and short films. Less than 1,000 people have seen this one. Is she mainly working in animation? Is this also animation? Science fiction thriller. I mean, dude, it sounds quite interesting. The original Beetlejuice. Yeah, I feel like this new movie could be quite annoying as well. But you never know. I'll definitely give it a chance. And it's a fun way to like start off the festival when I think they've said like a lot of the stuff. Like they start off with one of the mini-series. Let me get it real quick. They said that like they'll start with one of the series at the first and second day. I think this one. Or was it? No. Never mind. No, it was this. I think they said like they showed part 1 and 2 in the first 2 days. And last year was like they had Of Blood and Money, which never came out because it was like basically taking most of the time taking place in Israel. And I feel like they just, yeah, there was no way this movie was gonna release. But look, these are all the series that they got. Like 333 minutes, 448 minutes, 345 minutes, 412 minutes. But it's from directors like Joe Wright, Thomas Vinterberg. And then I'm not really familiar with these guys, but also type with Alfonso Cuarón to start it off as well. Like, it's not like you can skip you could skip these series, you know. It's not like, hey, we'll catch them another time. But yeah, I'm also my most excited most anticipated film is Queer, and then also there's another from the director of Cure, which I've this one, Cloud, but we'll get to that in a second. I want to have Kev on for that because he's quite a big fan of it. But yeah, Can I Get a Witness? I don't know if I'll find any other films. So it feels a hard thing to study up on. Also, I'm not attending TIFF, so it's fine if I leave one of these out. Then Edward Berger, an easy one to catch up on, is All Quiet on the Western Front. I think these two are mini-series. Yeah, 300 minutes and then 600. I'm not gonna do that. but All Quiet on the Western Front is definitely like a completely 180 turn from this, who already has, like, this is already a trailer out as well, right? So you can go see that, but to get a vibe of it. But it's mainly talking definitely a thriller, political clergy type thriller. So yeah. Mike Lee. Yeah. Wait, is this another one? Maybe I'm getting that wrong, but I thought that was never mind. I thought then maybe I conflated it with TIFF while I was doing like the lists. I thought this one was also coming to Venice, so that's disappointing. I haven't seen a single film of his, so I definitely need to watch any of them. Sorry, need to watch some of them, and I'll probably start off with Naked. I feel like that's a good place to start. Yeah, Conclave definitely seems a bit like Oscar bait. You're right on that. Ongoing exploration of the contemporary world with a what the fuck is this? Tragicomic study of human strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, sounds vague as fuck, or I just don't understand the words, but yeah. Also, this has a 2025 release date, set for early January in the UK, because I think Mike Lee is a British director. All right. Harvest follows the village's reaction to 3 newcomers who become scapegoats in a time of economic turmoil. Okay. I've heard of Attenberg. Okay, I thought for a second that's another body part, and it had me panicked that this is not something that we can show on YouTube and on Twitch. Ariane Labed, I watched her feature debut. September Says. I gotta say I had anticipations for it, and it was kind of bad, unfortunately. But I'll definitely add that to the remote watch along list, which, by the way, it's public. You can go like it, you can go save it, and hopefully on my personal channel I will be closer to these festivals coming out, bringing out like these series. I want to get back to those, and like the what else did we do? I did the Oscar stuff. I had to cut at like part number 12 or something like that. I stopped, so more of that coming. I definitely want to get back to that. But 24 frames a century. I don't know where I saw this one. I can't remember. In 2020. Yeah, I got no clue where I ended up seeing this. Oh, I probably saw it at like the Winterthur Film Festival, which is a deep cut for people who don't know what that is, but it's like it's like the biggest short film festival in Switzerland. All right, Heretic. So, you know, there's been talks about like what these directors have done before, and it's 65, where the initial trailer maybe looked interesting, and then the movie itself ended up being total shit. And I gotta say, Heretic had a pretty interesting trailer, not gonna lie. Hugh Grant, Sophie Thatcher. I mean, sure, but I won't be catching up on any of the other stuff. Wait, did I see that correctly? They made Haunt, and they're also working on Haunt 2. What's this? Some monsters are real. Okay. Yeah, never mind. Let's move on. I'm Still Here. So... Wait, I thought this was for sure one that's also... Yeah, okay. Okay, so there's the overlap. This one also plays in Venice. Oh, I lost it. It also plays in Venice. In competition. So let's make sure to add that to the list before we forget. So here's the overlap. I'm Still Here. Water Sales, probably not how you say his name, but Central Station, I think widely regarded as one of the best films ever. I didn't like completely vibe with it, to be honest. This is a crazy crazy curve. Maybe that's just like also because it seems to be like quite a passionate crowd of Brazilian people on Letterboxd who just rate everything that's like regarded quite well from their country, like a 5-star. It's okay, didn't blow me away. I don't know if, yeah, I feel like I'm good with my preparation for this one. But this is in competition, so we'll for sure check it out. Then Anderson Paak, who, yeah, is a musician known for his roles as Prince D in the Trolls movies. A washed-up musician travels to Korea to write for K-pop stars, discovering that his long-lost son is set to front one of the country's hottest new groups. Okay. Yvette Nicole Brown is in it as well. Anything else notable about it? Yeah, comedy drama. All right. Love in the Big City, another Korean film. Missing. I feel like there's a lot of films titled Missing, so yeah, it doesn't have like the most reviews. Characterized by a sharp tongue and daring attitude, Jae is always at the center of gossip and hateful rumors. Meanwhile, Hye-sung So is set on keeping her gay identity a secret for life. Yeah, I mean, this is one where I would definitely wait what the reception is like. But this one is one that people were talking about for a bit. And I know that like this one's quite contentious for, quite talked about for Melissa McCarthy's performance. Didn't this give her like a, didn't she get like Oscar nominated for this role? I haven't seen it, but I would add it to the list of prep stuff for Night Bitch. Motherhood is a bitch. A woman thrown into a stay-at-home routine of raising a toddler in the suburbs slowly embraces her feral power deeply rooted in motherhood as she becomes increasingly aware of the bizarre and undeniable signs that she may be turning into a dog. This, oh my god. Here you go, double feature time. Comedy, fantasy, horror. That's an interesting thing. Here, paired it up with Dogtooth. There you go. Nice double feature. All right, there's a couple more. Some big ones in here. I can already see some familiar faces. This one I really wanted to have in Cannes. It's just, in Venice. It's disappointing that it didn't end up getting there. Oh, it's all the way up until 63 where we got something new. That's crazy. All right. We'll get them all in here and then maybe do a quicker look through the rest of these. On Becoming a Guinea Fowl. I think this one already like played in. Yeah, I remember this playing in Cannes. I ended up missing it. On an empty road in the middle of the night, Shula stumbles across the body of her uncle. So funerals begin around them. She and her cousins bring to light the buried secrets of the middle-class Zambian family. Okay, reception, like a bit like some positive ones, some like more in between. It definitely is still on my watch list. I will give it a try once it releases outside of festivals. Then Piece by Piece, the biopic on Pharrell Williams, with the partnership with Lego. And let's see what Morgan Neville has done before. Won't You Be My Neighbor stands out. Steve, that's came out this year. That documentary on Steve Martin. I'll probably add like this to the list. Was this, I think this was also documentary, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. So sorry. So it's interesting that like a documentary filmmaker does this. That is a documentary music animation drama. Interesting choice. Quinzling, The Final Days, from Eric Pop. Which maybe if Kev's around, that's where you should pop in. I don't know if he's still here or if he like left because he went to eat. Because this is a Norwegian filmmaker who did a one-take movie on the like tragic massacre that happened on July 22nd. I don't even, was it, I think it was like 2011. I remember this vividly. This was my first, like the actual news, not this movie, was my first introduction to like how fucking cruel the world can be when you shield it from it. And I think I was like 12 or something, or like 11 when oh, thanks for subscribing. Popped up over here. But like this movie was quite successful at like capturing that essence. I'm a bit conflicted about how it had to do that, but it's better than, I don't know if it's linked below here, but yeah, from Paul Greengrass. I feel like the movie itself is not bad, but it just tackles it like with Anderson Daniel Solias as the killer, and just from his perspective as well, it's, not the greatest. But this one, I don't know if I need to catch up on any of his other things. I think it's fine. But the story will focus on Quisling's final hours as he sits in his cell at Ankerhus Fortress and must be held accountable for his actions and crimes committed in the name of Nazi ideology. And it also has Anderson Daniel Lee. It's a weird overlap. He wasn't in his Utøya film, but yeah. Alright. I'm here. I'm just doing my Venice watch list. Then you do TIFF. Okay, so you're not taking over once we get to Venice, so you can chime in for these final TIFF ones if you want to as well, if you got anything to say. Alright, David Mackenzie, Relay. Riz Ahmed, Lily James, Sam Worthington, Willa Fitzgerald. Interesting cast. Okay, no, I shouldn't have invited Kevin, because now he's gonna see that I haven't seen Hell on High Water, and I'm gonna get told off, like, why have you see this? I don't remember watching The Outlooking. I really don't remember that movie. I did that miniseries with Daisy Edgar Jones and Andrew Garfield. That kind of, I feel like everyone kind of forgot about that one. But I'll add this to the list, so Kev won't throw me to the angry mob. But this one is, it seems like, I don't know, it just gives the vibe of like an adaptation, but I guess it isn't. No, setup. Okay. Even perfect sense. I'm just gonna ignore you for now, Kev, until I need to work with you later with Venice. Tom, a world-class fixer, specializes in brokering lucrative payoffs between corrupt corporations and the individuals who threaten to their ruin. He keeps his identity a secret through meticulous planning and always follows an exacting set of rules. But when a message arrives one day from potential client Sarah, needing Tom's protection just to stay alive, the rules quickly start to change. Yeah, the thing is, Lily James really easily has chemistry with a lot of people, at least I'd say so. Him and Riz Ahmed, I think, are definitely going to work. So yeah. Oh, this is a Netflix thing. Basketball. Yeah, the Whisker Warriors, a Native American high school basketball team from Chusca, New Mexico, was band together after losing their star player. They want to keep their quest for a state championship alive. So it's not a documentary or anything. It's actually just like fictional. Okay, director of Echo, the show over on Disney Plus. I feel like, I don't know, the Native American stuff in that was fine. The movie, the rest of the series just wasn't really good. But yeah. Riff Raff, Jennifer Coolidge, Gabrielle Union in it as well. Ed Harris, Lewis Pullman, Pete Davidson, Bill Murray. The hell? Kev, you got this on the watch list. A former criminal's ordinary life, which is thrown upside down when his old family shows up for a long-awaited reckoning. What? I haven't seen any other film from this director. Kev, have you seen any of them that you could recommend? This played in Locarno. Channing Tatum, Robert Downey Jr., Shia LaBeouf. What the fuck? What the hell is this poster? The Clapper. What the fuck is this, like? This weird, this is my first day in Photoshop type of lighting shit. What the hell is this? The ratings reflect how bad it is. Let's see. This one is slightly better. I feel like I'm gonna skip on adding anything on the prep list though. Sharp Corner from Jason Buxton. It seems to be his second feature. Yeah, okay. He's worked with no one I know before. It follows a dedicated family man who becomes obsessed with saving the lives of the car accident victims on a sharp corner in front of his house. An obsession that could cost him everything. Okay, that's an intriguing logline. Kobe Smulders. Ben Foster as well. Okay. I don't know. How many movies did Ben Foster actually get to lead in? Because is this like one of the first ones where he gets to be the lead? Was he in... he wasn't the lead in Warcraft. Yeah, okay. Good for him. Nice. What are you... Kev's posting links and... What are you sending me? 4 favorites with Team Bookerman. What? Shall be... Oh, wait. Chris Stuckman. Okay. Let's give this a watch. A little of a break in between. Okay, I need to collect my I need to drink some water, and we'll have a look at the 4 favorites from Elijah Wood and Chris Stuckman.
Oh, this is Letterboxd, right? Oh shit. All right.
I would say my 4 favorite family films.
Family movies.
I'm Ann Timpson. This is Letterboxd Live.
Don't hold me to these because it's an ever-changing thing. The Goonies.
Why is the quality on these always like so horseshit?
It's really a movie for everybody.
Goonies,
what I love
okay.
about it is that, and they don't really make movies like this anymore, where the stakes are kind of high for the kids. They're really skirting really dangerous situations.
Yep.
But there's also this unbelievable spirit of adventure. You want to be those kids. The Incredibles. I love all Pixar films.
Hey, he likes the
family
adventure
movie
stuff.
About a family. It's just awesome. Muppet Christmas Carol's a big one in our household.
He likes the family movies.
Christmas. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Truly one of my favorite movies of all time, family movie or not. I mean, that unbelievable cast. Gene Wilder is a legend. You know, the thing about Roald Dahl that's so wonderful is that there's a great deal of darkness interwoven to the fun and the merriment. That film is just a beautiful mix of skirting darkness with an amazing sort of fantasy of a child, you know, inheriting something so grand, and yeah, it's wonderful.
The
Well
Princess
put.
Bride.
Well put.
I've watched it so much. You know, I love it. I think it's a lot of fun.
That
Little Miss
movie
Sunshine.
holds up as well.
I mean, anything by Pixar.
Great picks.
Gets me in a puddle of tears every single time. Eating.
The Black Stallion by Carol Ballard. Just a phenomenal piece of family entertainment. Gorgeously shot. With Watership Down. It's the zone of interest of family films. It's a heavy film. It's for unsuspecting people.
What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck is the zone of interest of family films? What the fuck does that mean? Wait, what's it called?
It's the zone of interest. Phenomenal.
Single time. Eating.
The Black Stallion by Carol Ballard.
Yeah, I know
Just
that one.
a
Haven't
phenomenal
seen it.
Piece of family entertainment. Gorgeously shot. With
Watership Down. It says it's a mini series, but also a wait. Let me just get it on Letterboxd, because that's what they're doing. Their top favorite, Watership Down. Oh wait, yeah, no. This is embarrassing. Like, what's this movie? Let's watch together, guys. Let's watch it together. All right, we can do it right now. Oh, my embarrassment. Yeah. No, I think I've heard of this film. Is it not the? No, it's not this one where there's like dogs in it. I guess the lead characters are like rabbits. Looks interesting. Kev, you've seen it, so you can shame me into. Okay. I didn't even need to look over in chat. He already is sliding me there. Fuck off. I'll watch it, okay? But he's got so far horse, rabbit. Let's see if there's more animals in his top 4.
Down. It's the zone of interest of family films. It's a heavy film. It's for unsuspecting people. That's a soul destroyer. Kids have never recovered from seeing that film in the 70s. Bugsy Malone
It's
by
Kiwi.
Alan Parker, which
Oh,
is just a
actually don't know
crazy,
this one.
gangster period piece with kids shooting whipped cream at everybody. It's a one of a kind, brilliantly directed, with incredible breakout performances by a lot of young stars. And the last one, good lord, the last family film, let's go with Swiss Family Robinson, which is a...
Oh wait, did they say at the start the best family films and I just like completely ignored that prompt? I'm a fucking idiot.
inspiration for this film, along with Wilderness Family. These are the type of films that I grew up as a kid, like families in jeopardy, hanging out together, bonding,
In jeopardy.
wild animals all around. Family films that never pandered to kids, that treated the young as well as the old. General family entertainment. Let's bring them back. Love those. No McDonald's tie-ins.
Can get behind that.
I've just stepped off the red carpet to speak with Chris Stuckman. We're going to talk about his 4 favorite family films.
Back in the day, I would have been like, oh, it's this. It's always like, you know, all these perfect movies. But now that I have kids, my entire vantage point of
Goonies could be in
has
there.
changed based off of
I guess
watching
they're
them
not.
react to movies. Right. Because I remember seeing a lot of films when I was younger and thinking like, well, that wasn't for me or whatever. But now that I see them and the way like a young person actually reacts to some of these movies, my respect level has gone up. Because when I first saw
I feel like Goonies
Cars,
is in there.
I
Wait,
didn't really
Cars?
like that movie at all. And
Yeah.
I mean, I am now because my children are obsessed with Cars. I know those movies like the back of my hand. So I'm picking Cars for my children, okay? So like if my kids are ever older and they watch this video, I did this for you, Cars. And the second one is also a combined thing for me and my kids is Toy Story. It's a perfect film in every way. I mean, I remember...
Does that still hold up for like kids nowadays, or are they way more critical of like, ew, this looks like shit? Like maybe not little children. When I don't know how old his kids are, but I assume they're like around like 4 or 5.
Seeing it when I was like 8 years old and thinking, okay, we're in the future. The next 2 are like strictly for me. And I'm going to go with Home Alone. When I was a young kid, like really little, I'm talking like 4, one of the very first things that my parents ever noticed that I might like show business or movies or whatever was that I would dress up like Marv and Harry. Like I would look for clothes like they wore. And I'd walk around the house pretending to get hurt, like by booby traps and pratfalls.
I must be the only kid who emulated those characters and not. Yeah.
I was a big Daniel Stern fan when I was 4. And Joe Pesci. It was funny because like when I first saw Goodfellas, I was like, oh, it's the guy from Home Alone. That was my perception of Joe Pesci. Now, the 4th one, I don't know if this counts as a family movie, but it is rated PG. It's an animated movie. So many, like, full-grown adults like it, but Batman Mask of the Phantasm...
I still haven't seen that one.
My favorite Batman film. I also saw that very young because my parents were like, it's a cartoon, go ahead. But it was so mature and filled with so many dark themes. And it's also like this amazing length of like 76 minutes. And the score by the late Shirley Walker is, I think, one of the most underappreciated scores ever.
Great list. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for that.
Yeah, great list. I mean, I definitely have to watch Mask of the Phantasm is what it's called, right? I do have to watch that. All right, let's move on. Shepherds. Sophie Deraspe. Antigone. Nothing rings a bell. It's also a long log line. Matthias swaps his Montreal life as a young advertising executive for that of a shepherd in the province. Okay. Maybe anyone who have seen in other films before. No. Le Ravissement. Okay. I think he plays only a like smaller character in that film though. Let's see. Antigone. Not a lot, like a ton of logs, but looks interesting. If I were to actually go to the fest, I would probably end up watching some of these, but because I'm not, I'll probably save it for later on. Although I'm not just doing it for myself. How can I be so egotistical? I'll put this on the list. I don't know if I'll get to it though. And then yeah, Shepherds does look quite interesting, but yeah, not worth watch listing for now. The Assessment, Fleur Flottune with Alicia Vikander, Elizabeth Olsen, Hamish Patel. And she's done another film before. This is a short though. Cinematic piece of a deadly car accident to send Scott into the hospital. Okay. Sorry. In a climate change ravaged world, a utopian society optimizes life, including parenthood assessments. Successful couple faces scrutiny by an elevator over 7 days to determine their fitness for childbearing. Yeah, that reminds me of like it's not this one, it's probably like another one. But like the one with yeah, with these two, Emilia Clarke and I can't say his name. I always get it wrong, so I'm not gonna. But this one's a pretty underwhelming film, but I mean, it's also now we are, wait, I guess I went from this over here. A utopian society, so it's like set in the future. That's why it reminded me of that. The cut, another one that also has Kev already has on his watch list. So let's see what I missed here that I have. Oh God, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. A retired boxer intends to return to the ring for one last shot at the title, but first he must make the weight. Holed up in a room in Las Vegas with an unscrupulous trainer, he embarks on an intensive and illegal weight cutting program. Yeah, Kev, we watched a bunch of these in Venice. There were like 3 different ones about boxing. Day of the Fight was one of them, but this one, it clearly got your interest from I guess these two, Orlando Bloom and John Turturro, and yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff that I've seen before as well. But Day of the Fight, or is it also the one that like Kubrick has done, right? Yeah, and then this one was from Jack Huston. And if we go to the Venice ranked from last year, you can see that there were, which one was about boxing? This was not about boxing, but about fighting. I thought there was another one, The Day of the Fight, and there was another one that wasn't as good, but I can't remember the title. Did I go past it? The Featherweight. That was the other one. Yeah, okay. Well, okay, so this one is one of the most anticipated. It, I think, made it on all of our most anticipated list, if I remember correctly, when we did that video early in the year, where Kevin joined us as well. For some reason, Lachlan doesn't do watch lists on Letterboxd, that stupid idiot, but I think it was pretty high on his as well. So from Joshua Oppenheimer, which, by the way, don't look at this, but I also haven't seen any of his. So for me, regardless of not going to TIFF, I'll definitely catch The Act of Killing, and then also The Look of Silence. That's definitely a blatant blind spot that I have to correct. A post-apocalyptic story about a rich family living in a salt mine converted into a luxurious home. The earth around them has apparently been destroyed, but their son has never seen the outside world. As a young girl appears at the entrance of the bunker, the balance of the family is threatened. Tilda Swinton, George McKay, Michael Shannon, Moses Ingram. Wait, let me turn this back on, because it's useful. I've seen her in a couple of things, and yeah, interesting cast, of course. Looking forward to this. Unfortunately, we don't have a release date here in Letterboxd yet for the rest of the world when it's going to be released. I really was hoping that maybe this one would also release in Cannes, at Venice, sorry, because it was on the special presentations. It didn't have like the weird, like some of them have like world premiere or something next to it. Maybe this one had, I don't remember, but I thought maybe there's a shot that it gets in. But hey, enjoy it at TIFF. Unfortunately, I won't get to see it just yet. Then Brian Tyree Henry, Judy Greer, okay, in a Rachel Morrison film. The Fire Inside. The Lucky One's homemade. Wait, why do both say homemade? Was one of them a short film? Yeah, this one's a short film, and this one is the feature film to it. Acclaimed filmmakers from around oh, okay, so this is a COVID thing. So wait, what's she done before then? Is she a cinematographer for Okay, for Black Panther, for Dual Station. Interesting. Yeah, I really like when you know, often we get actors turned directors, but I feel like cinematographers turned directors can be really interesting as well, because I get a different perspective on how cinematic storytelling works, and sometimes the actors are a bit light on actually getting like the visual language across. They might be better with working with actors, but yeah. Story of Carissa T-Rex Shields, a boxer from Flint, Michigan, who trained to become the first woman in our country's history to win an Olympic gold medal in the sport. Okay. That's some interesting... Yeah, I thought Ryan Destiny doesn't ring a bell, but is she... No, I thought that maybe she had a background in boxing, but I guess not. Okay, The Last Showgirl, Gia Coppola, is yeah, the granddaughter of Francis Ford Coppola. I haven't seen Palo Alto, but mainstream was a bit all over the place, unfortunately. I don't think I'll need to see anything else from her in preparation for this one, but after the closure of the dancing show in which Hannah has been working for more than 35 years, she tries to find a new calling in life, simultaneously improving the relationship with her daughter. Okay. Mike Flanagan. So another one, you know, we were hoping for Shelby Oaks to get like oh, what did I type? I typed something completely different. Shelby Oaks to get a wider release at festivals outside of just Fantasia, but I guess it wasn't TIFF, it wasn't Venice that it was going to get into. Maybe New York, maybe I don't know what other festival is left there that like would be big that could take him. Maybe something that's more focused on horror, but yeah, I was really keeping my fingers crossed that maybe we get to see it there. But Mike Flanagan, who I think also has a credit on as a executive producer on Shelby Oaks, yeah. Has a new film out. I feel like with him, there's a bunch of miniseries that I could catch up on. Midnight Mass, Haunting on Hill House, stuff like that. Because Dr. Sleep I have seen. But this is a story told in reverse, starting with the end of Chuck Kranz's life, played by Tom Hiddleston, and moving back in time to show how he lived his life. With Mark Hamill, again, horrible with his name, Karen Gillian, and this was also really interesting that like this was Dr. Sleep, right? If you remember the scene that has Jacob Tremblay in it, it's a bit unnerving, and it's nice that he gets like a callback to star in his next film. This has me super intrigued. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Yeah, looks quite promising. Then this one is an overlap with Venice. We'll get to it once we talk about Venice. The Piano Lesson from Malcolm Washington. I think there was a lot of buzz about this one. Was it because of Samuel L. Jackson and John David Washington and Ray Fisher, Corey Hawkins, Daniel Detweiler, or why was there so much talk about this one already? It's like an adaptation. I guess that's it. It's an adaptation from August Wilson. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, Fences, My Rainey's Black Bottom. Two films that you know, from a playwright adapted for the screen, and this is, I guess, the latest one that does that, and set in 1936 as an ornately carved piano. The Charles family prized possession has been gathering dust in the parlor of Bernice's Charles Pittsburgh home. Okay, has been doing that while Bernice's exuberant brother bursts into her life with his dream of buying the same Mississippi land that his family has worked as slaves. He plans to sell the antique piano for the cash he needs to stake his future, but Bernice refuses to sell, clinging to the piano as a reminder of the history that is their family legacy. Okay, that's some heavy stuff, and yeah. Watch listed, definitely looking forward to this. I did a trailer reaction for for this one already. A John Crowley A24 film. I'm gonna add Brooklyn to the list because I still haven't seen this one. And this one was like decent, but yeah. And then the Goldfinch, no reason to catch up on it, but this looked really good, so I'm very much looking forward to it. Went Up on the Hill. Sequin in the Blue Room. What's this? After being abandoned as a child, Jack ventures to remote New Zealand to attend the funeral of his estranged mother, and there meets his grieving widow Jill. His search for answers becomes dangerous when his mother's ghost returns to inhabit both Jack and Jill, using each other's bodies to speak to each other and instigating a life-threatening nocturnal dance between the three of them. Wow. Vicky creeps. There we go. All I need to see, I guess. Sometimes it's as simple as that. Holy shit, there's a lot of studios involved in this. But I guess it's from Down Under. And you usually get like quite a few people involved in it. I thought that name rings a bell. Rung a bell? Fuck, man. I've been reading too much. Yeah, okay. Without Blood. Angelina Jolie makes not her directorial debut. Never mind. She's done Unbroken, By the Sea. I haven't seen any of these. Any of them like regarded as good. I guess Unbroken, not too bad. This one less so. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch this, so I'll add it onto the watch list. 5-year-old girl embarks on a harrowing quest for survival amidst the sudden rise of terrifying rain in the Khmer Rouge of Cambodia. History war drama. Yeah, could be interesting. It's yeah, thought it was like maybe even longer than that, but In the Land of Blood. Why is it so close to that like show that we watched last year, Kev? Of Blood and Money, or what was it called? Of Money and Blood. Yeah. All right, Unbroken. I probably won't add this. Is it worth adding that onto the watch list as well? No, I don't want to do 2 Angelina Jolie films. That might be a bit like too much. A story of a girl's quest for revenge and healing during time of conflict. With Salma Hayek. Okay. Well, young Weaver follows a man's reaction to unrequited love. Okay. Not a lot in here as well, but Iris Apatow. I guess. I don't know if I've seen these people before, but she was in Scott Pilgrim, right? Yeah. Yeah, might be interesting. Then 30 Acres, that's another one that's going to come to Venice, so we'll discuss that in a minute. But Danielle Detweiler, interesting. All of you, give me all of. Oh wait, that's all of me. Never mind. Soulmates. This looks like a show. It is a show with Bill Skarsgård, Nathan Stewart. Shallow. Seems like another one who's like breaking out with a feature film. Not really like that established. But Brett Goldstein and Imogen Potts are definitely 2 interesting leads to have. Best friends harbor an unspoken love for one another after a test matches one of them up with their supposed soulmate. Okay, it's romance. Sorry, I do have a bit of a soft spot for romance stuff, so yeah, that looks kind of interesting to me. Carnival, but it could be like very mediocre. I mean, it's TIFF. It's not like their selection is like the most robust. They do have The Deb as the closing film, which, by the way, I think it's notoriously like a horrible movie to close it out. Wait, Zach Shavich. I think he posted about this the other day. What did he say about the Deb? What did he say? There we go. The last 7 films selected for TIFF closing night: Sly, Daliland, 1 Second, A Suitable Boy, Radioactive, Cheetah Leroy, C'est La Vie, and now The Deb. Which maybe isn't the quality seal for those type of movies, but hey, that's that. All right. Carnival is over. From Fernando Coimbra. A Wolf at the Door, Sandcastle. Oh, that's pretty well regarded. actually. Interesting. What country is it from? From Brazil. Makes sense with the high ratings again. All right. Here's one with Nicholas Hoult, Henry Cavill, that isn't as like well regarded, but Kev has it on his watch list. I mean, it's on Netflix, so it might be the easier one to select. I'm gonna go with this one though in preparation for this film, because it seems to be a bit better just received on Letterboxd at least. Regina and Valerio are a happy and sexy couple, casually enjoying their fortune from their luxurious villa on top of the Rio de Janeiro hills. Since the death of Valerio's father, the biggest mobster in town, they desperately seek a way out of this criminal hornet's nest. But Valerio's uncle, Lidurta, insists on him assuming his responsibilities. One night, attempting to reason with... Okay, spoilers! Alright, Miller's in Marriage. Edward Burns. She's the One. The Brothers McMullen. Sidewalks of New York. He seems to have like a type of movie that he makes. Like, we love the mid-2000s movies that have like the title in the middle and then like a couple of faces on top. Very cool stuff. She's the One. Okay. I've heard of this one before. The Brothers McMullen. Like that, for some reason, rings a bell. Let's see what it is even about. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. I cannot talk about it. But there you go. We do have to wait another 3 hours and 21 minutes until I can talk about it. They did say it's okay to leave a rating, but I can't talk about it otherwise. But there you go. Yeah, no, I'll add this to the list. Let's see. Miller's in Marriage. An ensemble drama with a stunning cast. Edward Burns' latest follows the thorny, emotional lives of three siblings adrift in middle age, surveying the vagaries of long-term love while championing the possibilities for personal change. Wow. Okay. And then Sketch. Nothing here. Okay. Stands out. An artist goes mad trying to create the perfect drawing of a model. It's a short film. And then Daniela Forever. A dystopia about love, personal dilemmas, and dreams. A man struggling to come to terms with the sudden death of his girlfriend in an accident 6 months prior signs up for a sleep trial that allows him to reconstruct his life with her through the use of lucid dreams. Henry Golding, and then Beatrice Grano. Oh yeah, I have not seen anything in, unless maybe in like a series, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I know the White Lotus. That's why I like she looked super familiar. Yeah, she was in the second season. Okay. Romance, I'm sorry. Science fiction romance, it has me. A dystopia about love, personal dilemmas, and dreams. Cool. All right, that is pretty much TIFF. We do have a couple of last ones there from 60. I guess maybe I got that wrong, but 63. Was that already? What was that one called? Danielle Forever. I think that was already Platform, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, Platform. Okay. That was right. So these last three, let's have a quick look through these. Daughter's Daughter. Jin is in her 60s, husband's gone. Concern is her daughter Zero in New York trying to IVF with a partner, Michelle. Okay. In vitro fertilization. When Jin receives news that Zero and Michelle have died in an accident. What? She heads for New York. What the fuck? There she has another shock. She has inherited Zura's embryo, and that's so crazy. I go to watch this. What the fuck? Has this person done a movie before that is anywhere to watch? I don't think it is. there's a trailer for the last one, but I guess it played in Taipei and then was released in some Asian markets and then never made it to the States or international. Okay, sounds interesting though. I don't even want to read more, but Jesus Christ. Sylvia Chang, I've seen her. Yeah, thought like I've heard her name somewhere before. Mr. K. Alright. After spending the night in a remote hotel, Mr. K is stuck in a claustrophobic nightmare when he discovers that he can't leave the building. What? Okay. Yeah, sounds like a maybe horror adjacent thing. Paying for it. So these are all like in the platform thing, so it's supposed to be like elevating new voices and maybe some more out there ideas, maybe a bit as well. Oh wait, sorry, I totally forgot to put the music back on. We can have some music. In the late 90s, Chester and Sony are in a long-term committed romantic relationship. And they're a couple. When Sonny wants to redefine the relationship, Chester, a painfully introverted cartoonist, starts sleeping with sex workers and discovers a new kind of intimacy in the process. Huh? Okay. Again, for this one, I would need to see a bit more before I can watch list it. But, I mean, could be potentially interesting. I don't know. Pedro Paramo. Likeness. Oh, I see Elle Fanning in here. 2013, but it's not on any streaming service, at least that I own. That's a bit disappointing. Okay. Beauty's everything, a trophy of promise, a ball and chain, a wish upon a star, life sentence. A man who promises his mother on her deathbed to meet Preciado's father for the first time in town of Comala, only to come across a literal ghost town. Yeah, I would say not really for me. And then Dave will be Dust. Not much on this. Yeah, pretty decently regarded other film that this filmmaker has done before. Triumph, military satire inspired by the wild real-life events from the 1990s, when in a chaotic aftermath of the fall of the communism, a task force comprised of high-ranking Bulgarian army officers and physics embarked on a top-secret military operation in the small village of Zarnikia to dig up an elusive alien artifact that would change the course of history and make Bulgaria great again. Okay. Maria Bakalova in it. The Lesson, The Father, Glory. Okay, co-directing here. Let's see what these other movies are about. Yeah, not I feel like for this, because it seems like a more outright comedy, I feel like it doesn't make sense to maybe seek out a movie of theirs before you like use up your slot to watch one of these films. And then the final one, Ivory. Is this French? It's French, yeah. A South Korean French co-production. In Soko, a small seaside village in South Korea, 25-year-old lives in a bit of a rut, ridden by visits of a mother, a fishmonger, and her relationship with a boyfriend. When a Frenchman named arrives in the boarding house where awakens within her questions about her own identity, a French father, and yada yada self-discovery. Okay, this is another one that she was a part of this homesick short that they did here. Yeah, nah, I don't think we're that interested, but all right, let's see what movies or how many movies are in that remote watch along. So there's a couple you can go check out, catch up on. In like a preparation for it, I'd say like The Greatest Showman, Apollo 13, The Man Standing Next, Mishima, A Life of 4 Chapters, Blue Collar, so 2 Paul Schrader films. What Maisie Knew, The Full Monty, Nowhere Special, Lilo and Stitch, Naked, Adam Burke, Can You Ever Forgive Me, Won't You Be My Neighbor, Hello High Water, Antigone, The Act of Killing, The Look of Silence, another one from the same director. Brooklyn, the first They Killed My Father, A Wolf at the Door, The Brothers McMullen, and The Lesson would be what I would recommend you go see. before you attend TIFF. Or maybe instead of attending TIFF, you can go see these films. All right, Kev, if you're here, now you're up. Feel free to join me. So we can have a look at the Venice lineup, which a lot of this would also include the stuff that is not on Letterboxd yet. Some of these, like the college cinema, of course, we're not gonna take a look at. There's also like there's usually outside of the main island that the festival is on, there's like a little boat trip that you can take for all of the Venice immersive stuff. They show a bunch of tech groundbreaking VR stuff there. I've never been there. I've been to Venice twice, but I haven't done that yet. Kev, are you gonna join and do the immersive stuff this year in Venice, like the VR shit?
Absolutely.
Sorry, you cut out there. I think you said absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. I feel like people heard you only say absolutely, and we're gonna take you for your word.
No.
Are you good? Do I need to? Do you need to increase?
Share your screen to me so I know where you're at, because the stream usually lags a bit behind. So.
What? My stream never lags. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. I'll just like share my screen, full screen, so you can see it. But wait, I might need to share my actual like the window, because otherwise, if we watch the Joker trailer, you won't have audio.
Yeah.
All right, so I think before we jump into all of the Venice stuff, which we are very excited to go to, we're still waiting on our confirmation. It's a bit infuriating. It's been like, I think two weeks now, and I still haven't heard back. I'm getting a bit more concerned because we're going to the festival through a different outlet, fully self-published this time, and I don't know if that's enough for Venice. But it's like, so we really hope that we get to go again.
We made a 4-hour fucking video. We watched 56.
It was 3 hours and 8.
Like
it was 3 hours and 9 minutes. Okay, I wouldn't stretch it that.
Went on for way longer. So
it was.
I'm sorry. We were dedicated. We have shown our service. We will be of service if we're allowed to.
We definitely did a great job. I mean, we blew my first thing out of the water. I did like a 45-minute recap with Lachlan the first time around, and then when we attended again, we really went into detail. I'm just stalling to find that video, but it's this one over here, down here. We really 3 hours and 10 minutes. You know, we went over everything. There's 71 chapters in this video.
Oh my god.
We did so much. So yeah, if Venice doesn't invite us back like this year, I think I'm also gonna take like these little microphones with me, so we can do like stuff in between. We might go live like in between movies as well, to bring you like the coverage straight from the mouth of the monster, or I don't know what you call that, but from the mouth of Beetlejuice. And I really hope we get to go again, because we'll do excellent coverage. Although, looking at the lineup, Kev, what's your impression of, you know, some of the runtimes? I feel like they've been intimidating. Like Jesus Christ.
What is it? The Brutalist, like 3 hours 35.
That yeah, the Brutalist. Wait, I got it. It's down here.
Bro, I'm gonna eat like nothing.
It doesn't say down here, but it's
not an ounce of pee is coming out of me during the whole runtime, bro.
Dude, when they announced the program, he was really cheeky about it. He was like, "Oh yeah, a lot of the films in competition are like over 2 hours long, some even longer, and you definitely need to have a look at your schedule to see that there's like no overlaps." And I was thinking like, okay. I talked about this morning at like the press screening with another person who's going, and I said last year in Cannes we had like super long movies, a couple of like 3.5, 4 hour long films, and Venice was shorter. And this year Cannes was shorter, so Venice had to overcompensate and really come out with a lot of like even Queer I think is over 2 hours long. A lot of these I guess don't have the official runtime yet.
51.
It's going to be a long
I don't think we're gonna
week
be
and a
able
half
to
for
do
us.
6 movies a day at this
No.
rate. Not anymore.
Because if we look at we can have a look at last year's maybe. Hold up, let me pull that up. I had that up earlier today.
I have no clue what the longest movie is at Venice last year.
What was one film Poor Things played there, so I can have a look through that page. We can go through. This is fastest route. Poor Things down to shit. My lists down to Venice ranked. So we watched.
No, rank it by longest.
Rank it by longest. So I watched 53 films plus a miniseries.
Oh yeah, wait.
So it's like 55.
I was probably the longest one.
Yeah, you watched The Beast. That was the longest one, right?
No, Lubo.
Wait, how do I?
One.
Wait, I'm stupid. Give me a second. Where is it? Wait, why do I not see it?
The longest one was Lubo, and the second longest was Green Border.
Yeah, I ended up watching Lubo later on. Wait, can you not rank it by runtime?
Yeah, you can. Literally.
Oh, it's at the bottom there. That's at the bottom.
Short by.
I'm sorry. So longest first. Green Border.
You're a letterbox noob. Jesus Christ.
Don't letterbox not watching, so that's fine. Yeah, Green Border was a bit longer, but like 152. That was my longest film.
That's queer, basically, this year.
Yeah, and there's 5 other ones that are probably longer than that. This movie fucking sucked. Actually.
I thought it was alright. Jesus hates children.
Stupid fucking movie.
I'm not seeing many coming of age movies.
There are. Wait.
Glad.
There are.
I know there are, but like still.
The children after them coming of age. Homecoming, not of age, but they're coming home. Familiar Touch, another coming of age, and Horizonte. All right. I think without further ado, let's have a look through some of these, and once we get to Joker, we can have a look at the trailer.
How about we start with what are we the most excited for?
Sure. I mean, if you got that all locked and loaded, let's pull it up.
My most anticipated, without a doubt, is Cloud.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier today as well.
Yoshi Kurosawa is a great director. Early in the year released Chime, which I thought was a great little horror movie.
Yeah, great film.
I also watched Pulse and Cure. I actually prefer Pulse over Cure, believe it or not. But yeah, both are great. I'm definitely gonna watch Tokyo Sonata and Journey to the Shore, because I own Journey to the Shore on Blu-rays.
Where is it? Is it further down? What's down here? Yeah, we can start adding stuff to or at least to my watch list.
I already got one.
Well, then I'm doing it myself. Okay, never mind. So this is the Venice 2024 watch list / or it's a prep watch list / remote watch along, and we'll add Cure to that for sure. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one as well. So Ryozuki Yoshi is an ordinary person who supports himself by reselling things on the internet. He carelessly earns grudges by people around him, and in the end is dragged into a desperate struggle that risks his life.
Now, I'm gonna take a shot at guessing your most anticipated.
Oh, right up here.
I actually was gonna say Baby Invasion, yeah.
Jesus Christ. What's this?
AI made
it's
too.
AI. It's a fucking hell, man.
I mean,
yeah.
look. Aggro Drift last year was like the most walkouts I've ever seen in my life. People walked out of that movie, and I think every single minute of the film, really.
Yeah.
It's just people walked out. You heard a collective groan, I believe, the moment it ended. No one really knew what they watched. But look, it was an experience. I would never watch that movie ever again in my life. and I'll probably never will want to watch Baby Invasion after that movie's done. But at least I've seen it. My favorite movie of Harmony Korine is without a doubt Beach Bum. I absolutely love that movie.
I don't.
Spring Breakers, I have a love-hate relationship with. I think at some part the idea of it, what it's trying to do, is quite genius. You know, taking these like Disney stars and actually like totally reinventing their like stereotypes. I think it's quite a genius.
Yeah.
James Franco is absolutely nuts in that movie, but I do not need to hear Spring Break every fucking 10 seconds. So yeah, love-hate relationship, as I said.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen it in like a decade, so I watched this when it came out, and I don't remember rewatching it, and I have no reason to. I think none of his films will go onto our preparation watch list for it. I don't know about this one. I don't know.
Universally hated by many people.
Why is the letterbox curved and so good? Is this just trolling?
Oh no, I'm telling you, Gummo is like pretty controversial.
Oh, what's it about? Killing?
I don't know. It's just like one of those movies that also like, it's just like it's, you know when people say like, oh my god, I need to take a shower after that movie, and then rarely ever, like I heard that statement is pretty accurate for Gummo.
Okay, well, we'll just leave it at that, and we'll watch Baby Invasion. I don't know if we got. I forgot to see if we because I don't have to stream up that they did with. Like, unfortunately, a lot of these don't show the runtime yet.
Oh right.
But they did have it.
Wait. Let me see.
I can have a look at the the actual presentation. Because this was somewhere in here, but probably gonna take me a minute to find it.
Oh.
What category is it in?
Well,
Out of competition?
Still, they released with Baby Invasion is like, what the hell, man? I believe it was right before Cloud, actually. And between Takeshi Kitano's Broken Rage. Let's go.
Yeah, where was that in the stream, though?
I have absolutely no idea.
Because I would like to know how long I'll be in. Oh, there we go. Baby Invasion, 80 minutes. Okay, we can stomach that. I think that's fine. But yeah, no. What do you actually think is my most anticipated of the fest?
I think Queer would be a good shout. I think it's Maria, because I know how big of a fan you are of Pablo Larraín.
Am I?
You aren't? I
mean,
thought you were.
No, the thing is, I haven't seen. I've only seen Spencer. I haven't seen Jackie. So that goes on to, and I think El Conde was fine. Maybe I liked it a bit more than you did last year, but I don't remember.
I've seen the top 3. I've seen Spencer, Jackie, and El Conde.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add Jackie to the list because it's the completion of kind of that that saga.
Well, now I'm not sure what I think.
It's definitely not Maria because I have no idea who she is.
Room Next Door.
What's Room Next Door? No, I'm actually also not the biggest fan of Almodovar. His short.
Let me keep getting.
I didn't. Yeah.
Is it Joker? No, definitely
of course, not. Beetlejuice. No, I think you're close with. I think Queer would be.
I'm
would
still
be there.
Here, maybe.
I'm still here. No, I'm also didn't love Central Station. I thought it was good. It didn't blow me away as it did with other people.
My last
I think it's
is Wolves.
No, not really. No, I don't actually know what my most anticipated is. I think it's a bit.
Of all John Watt movies, have you seen Cop Car?
I have not. No.
Cop Car, I think, is quite an underrated movie. I think it's John Watt's best movie, to be honest, from all.
Okay. Well, we should not get ahead of ourselves and just like go through the list, I guess. But I think Queer would be safe to say is my most anticipated of the festival. Maybe there's something further down here that could be interesting. I don't think there is. No, I'm happy to be surprised, but honestly, this is a less exciting lineup.
No matter what.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some like really good films that I'm not expecting to be great. I'm also like looking forward to this.
I mean, I think we both agree on what was the biggest surprise of last year for both of us.
Hitman.
Which was, I guess, all right, my favorite Hitman. But I mean, like, from the smaller movie that we weren't aware of, it was definitely stolen for me.
Oh, yeah. And I think that film never...
Oh, it never released? It's
never
crazy.
released. No.
And honestly, I think that's the craziest thing about Venice and doing Ghent, etc. Like, watching these movies that actually never get a life after.
That's what I said about, like, TIFF, that with a lot of these, if you can't make it, I feel like it's not the worst thing in the world, because they'll get a VOD release for most of them. It's usually bigger films that are attached to, like, at least some notable person in the cast. Yeah. So, but with Venice, a lot of the Horizonte stuff you'll never see again.
No.
Or, yeah. Like, and you'll miss it, even if it comes up.
Like the featherweight, the day of the fight, it has so passion in it. I don't think
Tatami is about to come out in Switzerland. Wait, I can show you. Tatami, really? It hasn't even released yet. We do have the posters at my cinema. It comes out on the 1st of August.
Oh, that's great.
There you go.
I love Tatami.
Yeah. Yeah, Presence Films, a really long-standing Swiss distribution company. They also had Godzilla -1 in there. Like, they sometimes go out there to pick up some interesting films. So, shout out to them to bring a bit of diversity to Swiss theaters. But, all right, the opening film.
Right. Venice.
Beetlejuice.
I haven't seen Beetlejuice.
Me neither.
On my watch list. I don't know if I've seen much of Tim Burton in general. Let me see. How many movies have I seen? I have seen 6 out of the 33. I guess it's a little bit less. Maybe 6 out of like 20. But yeah, I haven't seen
the actual movies. Yeah.
I think his best movie that I've seen is
Planet of the Apes.
Probably Batman, one of the Batman movies, maybe like Ed Wood, and that's it. So if I'll watch a movie besides Beetlejuice of him, it was recommended like early in the week. I think it's Big Fish. That one I'm gonna watch.
I'm gonna go with the stuff that I haven't seen yet, and I'll put like Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands on the list because I haven't seen that one. And I've seen like 10 of his films, so I'm a bit more familiar with him. But he still feels like an unfamiliar filmmaker to me for some reason. I don't know why, but just a feeling. Then how familiar are you with Pedro Almodovar?
Not really. I have seen, I think I've seen 2 films of his. No, I've just seen the one, which was Parallel Mothers.
Because of the Oscar nom?
No. I've watched Parallel Mothers.
Yeah. But I think that got like, didn't it get an Oscar nomination for Penelope Cruz? Like, I thought that movie was like nominated and maybe, but that wasn't the reason for your interest in the film.
No, I just watched that again and I was like intrigued by it, and I didn't quite like it. I think I gave it 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. I quite like that one. But yeah, I just haven't gotten around to Almodovar. So.
For me, it's like a similar thing. I haven't gotten around to maybe his more like esteemed films. I've kind of just caught the latest few that he's done, like Pain and Glory, Parallel Mothers as well, and The Strange Way of Life. We are doing a showcase of Volver, in which, by the way, shout out to the cinema that I work at. Quick little shout out. We do have a Letterboxd account that I never use. Oh shit! Wait, where is it? Members and HQ. Cinema Luna. Did I do it wrong?
Can't even find his own cinema.
I can't even. That's not a good case. No, I don't know why I can't find it. There we go.
How did you not get fired?
Because they don't know about this, most of my other co-workers, because I'm like, I can do this. Is also wrong. This was like just it's very outdated. But hey, Locano follows us. No, wait, we follow them. Never mind. Okay, I take anyways, we're doing ignore this all in German, but we are showing like 30 films from the last 30 years. It's an anniversary program because we were established in 1994. And Volver is on the list. We just did Lost in Translation. Now we are closed, and then we come back with Jim Jarmusch, Broken Flowers, which, by the way, wait, isn't there like a Jim Jarmusch film that was expected to head to Venice? And it didn't.
What didn't it on TIFF? I don't know.
Well, was it at TIFF? No, I went through the TIFF program unless I missed it. Wait, let's have a look. We can have a quick look here. Jim Jarmusch, Sword by Newest. And then maybe go down because it has no release date.
Oh, father, mother, brother, sister, brother was that was an announcement. I think that was like started or whatever.
But yeah, we don't know yet when that comes. But yeah, Volver is going to be shown at our theater in the second week of August. So I probably will see this one in an actual theater. Really long way to put that. Because I also got the Blu-ray for it, and I think I want to see another one of his. So you can pick which one of these three I'll add to the prep list as well.
I mean, I guess you take the first one.
The skin.
Oh, you know what? No, take the third one. Take the third one.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. He just feels like a little bit of a silly goose today. But yeah, The Room Next Door.
It's just a vibe check. It's just a vibe check.
Tilda Swinton, Julian Moore, John Turturro. I mean,
John Turturro is also in the Brutalist, I believe. No. He's in 2 movies this year.
Is he?
Oh, just do it on like release first.
Bro has acted. Bro has acted in some stuff. I don't see the Brutalist in here.
Just do Sword by Newest first.
I'm pretty sure that it's not in here. No, High Noon.
And now scroll down.
No, I think you're wrong.
I swear in another one.
Well, we might get to it. The Thing That Hurts, The Cut. No.
Alright. Oh no, he's in one of the series.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the series unfortunately not on Letterboxd. By the way, I'll keep this list updated once these films get added to Letterboxd. There's a ton that isn't even on the list yet that we'll definitely have to take a look at. But apparently this is his first film in English. I thought he had English actors before, but maybe it wasn't spoken English. That's at least what the programmer said.
I mean, I guess feature film Strange Way of Life was in English.
That's what that's what I thought. Follows the story of a very imperfect mother and a spiteful daughter separated by a huge misunderstanding. Between them, another woman and a friend of the mother's is trusted. Between them, another woman, a friend of their mother's, is trusted with the pain and bitterness of both of them. What? Let's just move on. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but hey, we got a couple of interesting people in the cast. All right, so there's 5 Italian movies, and I think they counted Queer as one of them as well. Now, Kev, I think it's safe to say that last year in the competition, the Italian films were the weakest ones.
Wait, let me quickly see. What was the best movie? I think the best Italian movie last year was, I think, Io Capitano, which was also the Oscar nominee. That was it. Comandante was but an Italian movie was also one of the worst movies of last year. Like, I believe it was called the Waste of Time. Yeah, Waste of Time. That was the title of the movie.
The Waste of Time.
Yeah.
Really? Wait, I shouldn't have closed the list from last year.
It's actually called The Order of Time, but
The Order,
called it The Waste of Time, which is
that was your review.
Yeah.
That was like also the first movie I think we caught, so that was a bit disappointing. It's all the way at the bottom here.
Comandante was the opening one.
Yeah, but like the first one that was in competition.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one wasn't great, and yeah. Anyways, Battlefield is an Italian. It would have been funny if that's like we make all of this and then it's not even an Italian movie. But it's from Gianni Amelio. The Lord of Ants, I've seen.
I've not seen it. So.
And it's a pretty forgettable film overall. I feel like, it didn't really leave the biggest impression. I thought it just meandered a bit. It's over 2 hours long, and you really feel that runtime. Should we watch anything else of his? Like, are you doing that, or?
Well, I've sent you my list if you want to see what I've added into it.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll like show them at the end when I got my list as well. Otherwise, we'll like spoil the rest of the stuff. But yeah, send that to me. I'll open it later on. I don't think I'll watch this as well, because it's one of the films that I hope is going to be good, but I'm not holding my breath for it.
Also, here's the thing, right? Some of these directors' movies aren't exactly what we call accessible. They really only debut at festivals, maybe at a local country, cinemas, etc., but never really get an international release. Therefore, these movies are always guaranteed underneath like 5K viewers on Letterboxd. If even that, mostly they're under 2K viewers on Letterboxd. Hey, look, exactly 1.8. So yeah, like it isn't even a question of can we watch them? Are we gonna watch them? Sometimes it's just a question of
can you even get them?
Can we even watch it? So no.
Yeah, that's fair. But I guess Lord of the Ants was one that. I thought, did I see that at a festival? I might have actually seen it in Venice. Just forgotten all about it. Wait, was it in Venice? It actually was in Venice. Like, that's embarrassing. Anyways, so I'm not gonna read this whole logline, but it just seems like it's set during the years World War II, and in a clinic in northern Italy. Dude, I'm gonna watch as many of Competition if I can, all of Competition, but I think the Italian films, if they don't sell me, it's going to be a pain to sit through. I'm not gonna lie. And there's 5 of them. There's 2 less Competition films. Last year there were 23. I think this year there's only 21. So yeah. But the French always deliver. This is a coming-of-age film set in Eastern France.
It's a French movie, so you know the coming-of-age element and the fact it's French balances my like disappointment factor. So now I'm like neutral. I'm not hating on it. I'm not loving on it. I'm just curious to see it.
Spanish
like,
coming up.
If it was coming-of-age and Italian, I would be pessimistic, you know. But the French element balances that.
The French can do it. And then Gilles Lelouch, he rings a bell. Yeah, he was in some of Quentin Dupieux's films.
Yeah.
And I know him from playing Asterix and Obelix.
All Your Faces is pretty solid.
All Your Faces.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid movie I caught last year.
But yeah, and the children after them. Can you say this with your perfect French?
Leur enfant après eux.
Ah ouais. Ah, beautiful.
Wait, you try it now.
Leur enfant après eux.
Yeah, that was terrible. Alright, let's just move
on. Yeah, anything we watch from these two? So they're like a directing duo. Teddy, I feel like this is another one where I'm like ready to discover it.
Teddy looks like the most accessible one, but I'm
on Shudder,
I'm gonna bother.
Horror comedy. I feel like this is a like completely different genre, a drama comedy from a. Maybe we can get the comedic gauge. Like a gauge at the comedy for this.
I feel like they got those scripts thrown at them and finally garnered a bit of money to do an actual serious film, which is probably
that could be very much the case. Yeah. I'm gonna just like I don't know. Should I put it on there?
You're not gonna watch it.
I know, but like, okay. Well, I don't just want to watch from the people who I'm already familiar with. It feels like then, it should be a prep.
Oh, look at that poster. You're not gonna watch it.
I know it's not great, but this one definitely goes on the watch list. I'm looking forward to it, because it's French and I do like the French. This one already easy on the watch list as well. Adrian Brody, Felicity Jones, Guy Pearce. Joe Alwyn.
I mean, is this Adrian Brody's like first good movie in 10 years? I don't know.
I haven't seen.
Wes Anderson movie.
Oh wait, I've seen this. Never mind. Let's log it. Now I've seen a fifth of his films.
I'll probably watch Fox Lux.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen it, so that's one.
Blu-ray.
Damn. Okay. I think it was streaming on Netflix for a while, but Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna flex whenever I own a movie. Yeah, you can bet your ass on that.
Each time. He's like, you go to a premiere of The Brutalist, and like it's a 70mm screening, right, of the film. And like, yeah, I know, I own this on Blu-ray. It's like, dude, it's not even out yet. We haven't even seen it yet. But no, you're gonna own it later on, so you're flexing already. But when visionary architect Laszlo Tuff, or whatever, however you say that, and his wife Zibit flee Europe to rebuild their legacy and witness the birth of modern America, their lives are changed forever by a mysterious wealthy client. So this one is set during the revisionary period. Oh no, this was another one. I think there's like one that's set in the 16th century, right at the edge of like industrialism, but this doesn't seem to be that. But they mentioned in the announcement of the film that it's inspired by the Fountainhead, or like at least its thematic reference is the Fountainhead. So I'm gonna put that on my watch list, because yeah, there's some inspiration from this Gary Cooper film that they draw. And yeah, King Vidor, I feel like I've heard that before,
what
but
kind of fucking name is that?
King Vidor, yeah, when they said it, I was like, wait, come again? Just maybe the Italian that I don't understand. But yeah, this one is up there as most anticipated, but the 2 hours, 215,
Well,
sorry.
it's 3 hours and 35 minutes.
That is a bit intimidating, not gonna lie.
Again, not a drop of tea is coming out of me.
It's also going to be screened on 70mm, by the way. They said
yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm curious for that.
Yeah, all right, let's move on. The Quiet Son.
Quiet Son, again,
Vincent
I'm,
Linden.
I'm seated for Vincent Lindon. I absolutely love that actor. I've not seen the directors, any of their other works. I'm not gonna bother, I think. But yeah, it's already slated for like a 2025 release. Also, weirdly enough, so...
Well, because it's France, and France has the most stable... I'd say, in the whole entire world, France is the most stable cinema, like, economy, you know?
Yeah, obviously.
So, you know, it's, like, it makes sense that they already have a release for it. I'm gonna put this on my watch list. Don't hold me to it, though, but... I'm
not gonna hold you to any of the movies you put on your watch list. Of the Venice prep watch list, I watched 5 last year, so you know.
Okay, yeah, no. It's I did a couple more for Gun, but I do want to like start early, so yeah, there's some stuff for people who are not attending, which might even include us because we don't know yet if we'll get in.
Yeah, the next one, Vermiglio, The Mountain Bride. Again,
Belgium, but it's an Italian. But Belgium is a co-production country.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I looked at the director. Like, she had a previous movie that also not really got a wide release. Debut Locarno, and that's about it.
Yep, that's where I'm heading next week, actually.
Oh my god! Alright, cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
Not got much to say about that movie. The next one, Sicilian Letters. Now, I'm actually quite intrigued in this one.
This, by the way, the one before was set during World War II. Life of Three Sisters, Small Mountain Village, yada yada. We'll watch it, we'll cover it, but it doesn't have us like super interested.
Sicilian Letters, I'm actually a bit of intrigued by.
Another Italian film, so we do them back to back.
Yeah, but it's a crime movie. I love crime. And actually, the director's previous works do look quite interesting to me. I got Sicilian Ghost Story, which I guess they're making a Sicilian trilogy. Who knows? But I got those. That one I got in my watch list.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This one I guess didn't get like that premiered at Cannes and then nothing came of it. Only film festivals. But I guess this was also like before the time when Letterboxd was big. I feel like there would be more logs of it, yeah, then maybe, but they only got a physical release in Greece.
Letterboxd was around in 2014.
But it wasn't like not every outlet was like posting stuff on it as well.
Sure.
But yeah, Sicilian Letters, Idu. a feature film that is loosely based on a specific period in the life of Matteo Messina Denaro, set in the 90s, and tracks the tragic and farcical mystery of the prolonged absence. A world where risks and existential crisis never yield the unexpected results. Now that's, oh my god, that reads so pretentiously that it definitely gives off the vibe of like this one, The Order of Time.
No. I got hope in Sicilian Letters. I got hope.
Yeah?
In Sicilian Letters. Yeah.
Again, I just added the other film from them onto my watch list, onto the prep, so I'll get a gauge at like.
Next one up is Queer. I don't think we're gonna talk much about this one. It's Guadagnino's second movie of this year,
which I should have been his first one because Challenges should have come out last year, but also
but still,
opening film in Venice.
It's not, Queer is not the opening one. Oh yeah.
Last year, Challenges, yeah.
But apparently the program director of Venice has said like Daniel Craig's and Joaquin Phoenix performances are gonna be one of the best of the festival. There's
yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Explicit nudity in Queer as well. So also David Lowery as a cast member is quite an intriguing sight.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. What the hell is that second to last poster? Oh my god.
That's definitely him.
Looking
and
for
before
love. Yeah, that definitely looks like me.
the hairline was still there. The hairline was still a bit there, but it was already receding quite a bit. I'm gonna
Jesus.
It's a good one. I'm gonna watch Suspiria just because
I'm gonna watch The Bigger Splash 100%. I'm way more intrigued in A Bigger Splash. I think it will definitely be more like A Bigger Splash than bloody Suspiria.
I'll add both to them. I just really want to see Suspiria. I've seen the original, and I know they're working on a remake of Suspiria. Not with Christopher Abbott. It's someone else, right? Who's in the cast there? Who's like being eyed to play that. I forget who it is, but I'm gonna add both of these on there. And I think with the release of Queer, we want to do like a tier list or a type of bracket for Guadagnino. And like he has another like The Lord of the Flies if he ends up doing this one next.
And look at 307 people already have seen it. Nice.
Yeah, cool. It's cool because he hasn't even shot it yet. There's no cast of it, like, but it's cool that they've seen it. And it's already on 1001 lists. Crazy.
Now I'm gonna leave you to say the original title of this movie. Have you said it?
Yeah, no, 1 second. I'm doing it. Yeah, no, I'm
Kärlighet.
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 Kärlighet. Kärlighet.
I am quite intrigued in this movie. I think it could be like the hors saison of this year.
Low-key top 5 most anticipated. I'm not gonna lie. It looks quite.
The only reason why I'm not in my top 5 because it's Norway and like Scandinavia does do pretty good movies, but it's not like Denmark. It's not, So
I don't know. I wouldn't.
But the Scandinavian movie, the Scandinavian like quality bar has been pretty high lately, so that's why I'm intrigued in it. So yeah, could be great. Could be. I mean, do you agree? It could be a little bit like a hors saison type movie.
Yeah, and that one I think let's actually have a look. I don't know how wide the release is because we showed it at our theater.
Look, your number 11.
Like how it was released after Venice. It played at some in Taiwan, Hong Kong, China.
It played in Belgium.
It never came out in the States. So, but I think it came out on VOD. I think it has released since then. Definitely a movie worth checking out. I feel like I could even move this up a bit, but I won't. Yeah, this one, a female doctor in her late 40s has no desire for a permanent relationship, but when a male nurse talks about how random meetings with men sometimes lead to rewarding and non-committal sex, she notices how this is exactly what she wants. Yeah, I feel like that's what, for some reason, Norway like tackling these like non-monogamous type relationships and those characters, I think was one of the strong suits of like, you know, these two movies, Ninja Baby. Although I didn't love it, I felt like it was pretty good. And then The Worst Person in the World was my favorite movie of that year. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. It could like deliver quite a bit. Some.
I'm gonna let you take the original title again. The next one.
It's oh wait, sorry, I thought for this other one. Wait, we haven't looked at the, sorry, I'm all over the place. We haven't looked at the director's work, if there's anything, because this is part of a trilogy. This is the third one, closing it. Yeah, so the other one before it is like Sex. Wait, I have it on here. It's Sex, Dream, and then Love. And I don't know. So I'm definitely going to add Sex to the list, but it came out this year, so I don't even know if you would be able to see it anywhere.
Yeah, we're not going to see it.
Because it played at Berlin and got a theatrical release in Norway after that, but yeah, it's not out yet, so they're probably not like connected cast-wise.
I hope so.
Wait, where is it? There we go. Anderson. No, they're not connected that way. So I feel like they're just like thematically tied to each other, but yeah. And then the other one that's on here I think is Dreams, and this one doesn't even have a release date yet, so, or like a festival, so I don't know.
I think it's coming out like probably after, but yeah.
A 15-year-old girl experiences sexual awakening when she falls head over heels in love with a female teacher. So I feel like it's just like thematically maybe a bit more like the, yeah, like less talked about type of that type of stuff. Although I didn't expect the guy to be this old. I'm not gonna lie. It's throwing me a bit for a loop. All right. Okay, so the original title of, oh yeah, no, I can definitely say this.
I think this is quite on my high up because it does look like a promising director.
Georgian, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, I unfortunately can't say it because there's no Google Translate. Could you help me?
Wow. Who knew you needed Google Translate for this?
Yeah, it's funny because like you guys can obviously hear it, but he can't through Discord. So, yeah, my pronunciation before was actually perfect.
Like I'll definitely watch the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is one of her previous movies. So yeah, we'll be seated.
We'll be seated. So can you read us the logline for the film, Kev?
Wait. Nina, an obstetrician, gynecologist working in the only hospital of a provincial town in Georgia, is unconditionally devoted to her patients, even if that means crossing the line legally or socially. But after she's accused of negligence, she will be forced to question her choices.
Damn. Yeah. Sounds intriguing. This is another one that I could see be like 3 hours long, or it could be 110.
4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, or something like that. And maybe getting that kind of vibe, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This one. Damn. Okay. I didn't know that this was like this high up in the 250. I haven't seen it.
See, this shows again I'm way more cultured than you. All right, let's next one. The Order. Justin Kurzel's next movie. I'm
also playing a TIFF.
His Macbeth version is fucking gorgeous. I'm actually kind of the ones who didn't mind Assassin's Creed. I don't think it's a good movie, but I think there are redeemable elements of this movie. And Nitram, I did quite like as well. I know many people have like mixed feelings, like you. Oh, but it's a movie.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
No.
What? He cut out. Hello? I think it was. And
yeah, I recommend Nitram again. Yeah. Caleb Landry Jones has been on an absolute rager in my opinions, even if the movie that he has starred in haven't been received that well. Like every movie he's in, he delivers a killer performance. Not pun not intended this time, but yeah.
Yeah, this also has a
Nicholas Hoult, Ty Sheridan. Those three names alone, yeah, I'm seated again.
As a baffled law enforcement It's a baffled law
I was not
enforcement
gonna read that.
scrambles for answers about a series of increasingly violent bank robberies, counterfeting operations in Ahmed. It said in the 80s, a lone FBI agent stationed in a sleepy fish garage goes after it. And Jude Law, I think, is the FBI agent. Then, yeah, it's also, I think what they said, there's also like some white supremacy extremism type stuff that's happening in there, like inspired by the radical charismatic leader plotting devastating war against the United States government. Yeah, this could be very interesting. It's also premiering, I think, first in I don't know what they said that like a lot of the hot anticipated films are like premiering later in the festival. And if you remember correctly, Venice is usually a festival where a lot of the anticipated stuff premieres early because people transition over to TIFF. And I feel like maybe they're going to do more of the stuff where like it overlaps, especially this one. I wouldn't be surprised if it like premieres towards the end of the fest. But yeah,
but
just a prediction.
Also, like the attendance in the later stages of the Venice Film Festivals, like, you know, like,
yeah, it's
for
way
example,
less.
when we had to take a boat, we needed to like wait 2 or 3 turns before we could have gone to the island. But in a lot of days, the last days of the festival, like we could go on the boat instantly and go to the island where the festival takes place. So I think maybe they want to spread the movies a bit more across the festival.
Yeah, but I don't know. Then people who are attending both festivals will be a bit fucked. I feel like it's not good that they overlap. I feel like there should be like half a week in between and it would be clear. But I feel like they're doing it because they want to stay competitive with each other with the premieres. But it's a bit unfortunate for people who are covering it. But yeah, his next one, look, he's got another one here, Morning, right, with Laura Dern, Benedict Cumberbatch, and O'Maki. So yeah, lots.
The next one is Maria, which I guess completes the female biography trilogy Lorraine has made for himself with Jackie and Spencer. I don't really remember much of Jackie. Spencer was quite solid, even though he had quite its metaphorical elements in it, I guess. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I like his movies. I need to watch Emma and No. I got those two in my watch list.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I had them in my watch list of Venice last year, but I did not watch them
for El Conde. So it's nice to see him return. I think Spencer also played in Venice.
Yeah, Spencer played in Venice.
So, but it also played in Toronto. That's interesting. Like the week after, and then in Zurich as well. Oh my god.
And Angelina Jolie, also the French actor Francesco Favino. Which I'm always a fan of this guy whenever he shows up. So
he's got he has a surprisingly like malleable presence. Like he can embody different roles quite well.
Yeah, he can be charismatic and he can be an absolute piece of shit, you know.
And usually like he gives off a tall aura, and usually like tall actors, it feels a bit harder to make them like weave into different character types. But I feel like he's one where I can really see that be quite successful, and he's quite good at it. And yeah,
he was in
2 films last year.
And then Adagio,
yeah. And I wanted to watch Adagio is from the same director as like ACAP, but I didn't get around to that. From Pablo Larraín, again, I'm gonna watch Jackie.
You're gonna watch Jackie,
I haven't seen Jackie yet. That makes sense to prioritize maybe if I got the time, but I never have the time to watch anything extra.
Trois Amis.
Mon
This
ami.
is a movie that the programming director called like in the veins of Woody Allen, which sure.
I think she has also worked with Woody Allen a bunch before, or she just gives off the vibe as someone who's worked with Woody Allen.
I wouldn't know. Do you see a Woody Allen movie?
I don't, so probably not. No.
You kind of just accuse her of being in a Woody Allen movie without.
Maybe she's like, oh my god, no. Maybe I'm actually mixing it up, and she's like one of the people who's outspoken against him, which would be.
Right,
anyways, the director, Emmanuel Moreau,
I think the first one I got in my Venice watch list.
Diary of a
Even
Fleeting
though
Affair.
In the second
Oh,
one.
I like him. I like him quite a bit. He was in a... I thought he was in a movie I recently caught at Gun. But maybe it's just like a name of it.
Who is in his second movie on his filmography?
Love
Yeah.
Affairs? Oh, yes. Vincent, I think it is, right? No, that's again...
No.
Wait, what? That's him again.
Niels Schneider,
Niels Schneider.
who was in the Woody Allen movie of last year, but also in the series.
He also was in the series, yeah. Jackie's great, yeah, Josh. Looking forward to catching up on Jackie. I'll add Love Affairs in here. You haven't seen it, right? Yeah.
I haven't seen it now.
Any of his
but
films.
I'll probably watch the first one anyway. The Chronique.
Yeah, this one's accessible, but I'd probably go with the one that's probably his strongest. If you
and
watch
more
this,
recent.
then we cover both. That's great. And yeah, if one of them is like actually like really worth seeing, then we can recommend it to the other. God, why they have such long descriptions?
I'm not reading the script, but I don't know why.
But it's a
you bother reading
romance
the script
drama
because
comedy.
It's so fucking long.
I feel like a lot of the times, if you don't have an understanding of, maybe it's like you can see who is in it, and that's enough. If you don't know the director, like you do need a bit of an understanding of what's it about.
But not if they're this long. All right.
Joan no longer in love, leaves her partner Victor. I love her daughter. Joan is
Alright,
current
so the
events.
next movie, guys. The next movie is Kill the Jockey or El Jockey.
Yeah, an Argentinian
I don't know
film.
it's a movie from Argentina, I believe.
Yep.
I've only put El Angel in my watch list. It has some positive.
What the fuck is it?
Why are you
Sorry.
laughing at?
Did you click on El Angel?
Yeah, I did.
That is an interesting looking.
Backdrop, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe you're just jealous. All right.
I'm not like it's like the juxtaposition of like clicking on it and then what you get is a bit surprising.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
But I'm interested in Kill the Jockey, I guess. Joker, do we need to say a lot of...
I mean, Kill the Jockey is a crime film. We need to say a bit about the films.
Alright, okay.
Self-destructive behavior overshadows his talents. So yeah, a bit of maybe coming of age. I don't know how young the lead characters are. Is this the lead? Ramos? No, Ramo is this guy. So this guy's the lead.
There's not a love character that
I mean,
you'll go head over heels for. Doesn't know how to react to that. Alright. Joker Folie à Deux.
yes, the world is a stage, and it's Todd Phillips.
Well, the runtime says
Brendan
120
Gleeson.
minutes, which is actually wrong. I believe it's 138.
Oh, let's go!
So, and again, like the program director called this one very creative, very ambitious. I don't know what exactly.
He kept saying like Todd Phillips is one of our like best innovative directors, and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He called Joker Folie à Deux one of the most daring, brave, and creative films in recent American cinema. We were astonished. Our mouths were open at the end of the screening. It is a darker film, which is quite, but we are very hopeful for the discourse that is going to come out of this movie, out of Venice, because some people might not remember, but when this movie first debuted at Venice a couple of years ago, there was the whole, oh my god, this movie is so violent, oh my god, this movie is so incel core, oh my god, and it totally wasn't.
It wasn't really, no. It was more about mental health, and it didn't really have anything to do with inceldom. But yeah, people aren't the smartest when they are reactionary on the internet. But this one obviously is poised for a big release soon after it premieres, literally like a month after. It will have a wide release all over the place. I'll get over myself and put it on the watch list. Maybe even rewatch Joker, the first one, for this, but that's
You're not gonna, but alright.
Let me make empty promises. Okay.
Babygirl.
Oh, this also has me interested.
Wait. I'm prepared to read the logline for Babygirl.
Okay.
A career woman in her 40s embarks on an affair with a
Come on, wrap it up.
21-year-old intern.
Wrap it up, man. This fucking takes forever.
Alright. So I'm quite intrigued in this movie. I've not seen Instinct or Bodies, but she is a Dutch actress, writer, and film director. Instinct, I saw that movie debut a couple of years ago at a local film festival.
Locarno.
It's a Dutch movie as well, so I was quite intrigued.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she's been able to make a career out of it to the point she can work with bloody Nicole Kidman, Harris Dickinson, and then Antonio Banderas. Clearly a talented cast. Sophie Wilde, even too.
Yeah,
very
from
intrigued to see.
Talk to Me.
I'm not sure about the fucking Priscilla font on the poster, but
I mean, the Priscilla font I think is a bit thicker at times. But it's interesting. It's Harris. It's Harris Dickinson putting Harris Dickin mother. So
that was an awful joke. You should be cancelled. The next one.
I'm looking forward to this one, and I'm gonna watch Instinct of this. I'm still
Bodies because I've not seen Bodies.
It's decent. I'm still here. Are you?
I'm still here. Ainda estou aqui. Oh no.
Have you seen any of his other films, like Central Station?
I've not seen Central Station. I've not seen The Motorcycle Diaries. Those movies are both on my watch list.
Yeah, I might add Motorcycle Diaries to it. It's another 2-hour film, so not like gonna add a miniseries length film to that. But yeah, I wasn't blown away by Central Station. I know it's much beloved, so it could be very much great. But yeah, it's set in the 70s in Rio de Janeiro during the dictatorship. And yeah, also Alzheimer's in here. So there's a bunch that this one is going to tackle. Lots of themes.
That logline kind of shows it's going to be stacked with the plot, but maybe
trauma, a bit of a trauma dump. Yeah, set in the 80s and 90s. Will tell the story of the casting production agency Diva Futura, founded in 1983 by Riccardo Schicchi and Staller. This is not an Italian film. Initially, this is giving me the vibe of the I guess the other one. No, I was about to say no, not this.
Oh, I saw you going to Amor. I was like,
Finally Dawn. It's Finally Dawn. It gives the vibe of Finally Dawn for some reason.
Right.
Wait, where did I put the what? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'm getting leave me alone, man. We've been live for a couple hours, or at least I have. But yeah, this one last year was a bit of a mess. I don't know what the fuck this was, other than a tax write-off.
I think you only gave it 2 stars for Little James.
No comment. But yeah, Diva Futura doesn't really have, I think, the cast obviously that pulls much like the rest of them, but they are like known actors and actresses like this guy Enea. He was the director of it as well, and that was also playing last year.
Wait.
And
Go back. Wasn't that guy in 8 Mountains?
no. You are mixing them up, yeah.
Oh, he looks so much like it.
He does look like the guy.
Right.
Let's look at the guy who you're confusing you with. This guy.
It looks so much like him. Whoa. What?
Yeah. Not so much, but this guy, yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Anyway.
Harvest.
I've seen some people they are very hyped for this one. I've not heard or seen anything, but once again, Caleb Landry Jones, bro. The guy.
Oh, it's also another one that plays at both Venice and TIFF.
Yeah, but again, Caleb Landry Jones does not miss lately, so I'm intrigued to see what he brings to the table.
Your opinion. Yeah, follows the villagers' reaction to 3 newcomers who become scapegoats in a time of economic turmoil. Sounds interesting. But I already have this on my watch list for TIFF, so I'll just add it to Venice as well.
Yeah, me too.
Attenberg, and yeah, Then
So,
this is
next
the...
one. Youth apparently is like the sequel or like the completion of a trilogy.
I love that also
Youth
it's not connected to the other films, which totally is. I don't know why they didn't do that on here.
But you
it's
hated
this-
the second, I guess, installment of this trilogy.
The first one. This was the first one,
Oh,
I
the
think.
first one, Jesus.
And the second one, I think, is going to premiere as what I was told this morning by another guy that it's going to play in at Locarno. I don't know if that's true. Hard Times. Yeah, at Locarno. And I won't be watching it because, like, look at it, fucking runtime. I thought this one was abysmal, and it's even longer, man. This movie was testing my patience beyond, I feel like, anything else I've seen. Because it is like a fly on the wall thing of just like watching these people work in this factory, but they're all, man, you can feel for the hardship, but they're so annoying as well. And it doesn't do anything to kind of like, you have 4 of these movies that are 3.5 hours long. You got like 12 hours of movie footage, maybe 11. You could cut that down to like a 2-hour long, like, neat narrative, I believe. And it's just like, it's so slow. So I won't be I can already tell you, I guess I'm not, although this is short. This is a short one. It's only 160 minutes. I'm not going to watch this one. Just because I really didn't like this. He's regarded as like one of the, if not the best, Chinese documentary filmmaker. And that might be very well the case. Like, look the ratings, but then also how many people have seen it.
I didn't see the rating or the people. I saw the runtime.
Oh yeah, fuck off. I'm not gonna do that to myself. I got other things to do.
Next
And
one is
the final
Stranger.
competition film.
I'm very intrigued for this one because it's apparently a
Chinese film, another one.
Chinese film, yeah, and I'm always intrigued in Asian cinema. I do have that Land Imagined in my watch list. I'm very
Put that
intrigued
on here as
for
well.
that one actually. So
Yeah, it's on Netflix as well. And this one premiered at Locarno as well. So what was interesting about like Locarno Film Festival is that I think they don't have any English films this year in their whole lineup, or at least in competition. Yeah, which usually means just like the lineup that they have is pretty underwhelming regardless of it not being English. I really have gone away from actually staying during the fest. But yeah, following the disappearance of a 2-year-old daughter, Darren and Tara receive mysterious videos of the family and intimate life. When they find the voyeur, Darren decides to reverse the roles and spy on him in turn, without suspecting that this will lead him to confront his own image. That sounds interesting as fuck, not gonna lie. So yeah, it also was mentioned that like it had some rear window aesthetics, which I feel like it's just like as soon as someone looks out the window, that's going to get mentioned. But if it actually pulls that off, that's great. Is there anything in the competition that wasn't on here? No, I think all of the competition at least was available on Letterboxd. All right,
then we got another Italian movie.
Il tempo c'è. I'm not. 1 second. 1 second.
Okay. Wait. Il tempo c'è, si vuole.
Il tempo che ci vuole.
In tempo che ci vuole.
Che ci vuole. Well.
Che ci vuole. Yeah, no, I got it.
Italian movie, not much known about it.
Yeah.
I looked at the director's previous work. Also, do not know much about it. Not really hyped for it.
Yeah, it's out of competition. Some of these, I guess, are skippable. But it's apparently also has like an autobiographical undertone in it, where I feel like it's about like drug addiction and the father getting her out of it. So maybe like, yeah, that's what they say.
Next one, Ewan, is from Lav Diaz. I don't know if you've seen much of his films.
Yeah, unfortunately, like the letterbox thing, maybe they're gonna list it again, but the actual letterbox page doesn't even have him in there. But I have not seen any of his films.
I've heard pretty good things about him, but he's one of those directors that also makes super fucking long movies.
I know. We were talking about it this morning with the colleague, which, by the way, I can shout out. Maybe he's even down here from what he's watched. Him, Max Borg. I talked to him about a bunch of the stuff, and apparently in Locarno, he's usually has like these really, really, really long movies. I think he had a movie that's apparently, I think, 12 or 11 hours long. That's what he told me.
Oh yeah, bro makes long ass movies.
Yeah, there we go. This one.
So again, I don't think I'm gonna be watching that. But
It's all on Mubi here in Switzerland for some reason, but yeah. And this one's another long one, and we don't know anything about it yet. So we'll have to wait and see if this is something worth our time. I doubt it though, because unless we get a screener for it and we can see it before or after, this year is going to be tough. Last year we were able to get, just from attending movies, no screeners. We didn't get any screeners. We were able to get into the mid 50s. With the amount of long movies, we'd be, if we get over like 45, that's going to be like successful, I feel like, because there's a lot of really long stuff in there. All right, this is a film set in Belgium, so maybe you tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, I've actually no idea.
What do you mean? Don't you know every production that's happening in Belgium?
I have zero idea about any
Belgium
of the cast.
director and film and screenwriter as well that's doing this.
They're barely Belgian actors in this. Oh, I don't know anyone.
Any of the cast? None of them?
No, absolutely fucking nobody.
That's interesting though, because it seems to be someone who's done. He had a film in 2004. Okay, wow, that's a long. This guy doesn't look that old.
But I think this one is more of a French director that kind of gets
Chadwick Boseman
from Belgium. So yeah,
he did. Okay, so weirdly enough, he had like, I feel like success in Cannes, and then he did probably a bunch of films in the States, if I'm not mistaken. No, not always, just the one time. Because he did one film with Chadwick Boseman. I'll probably, although this one, yeah, the similar. Yeah, this looks bloody. Is this also a horror film? No, it's a crime thriller. But I feel like crime thrillers are very much adjacent to horror, so I'll also do that. Message of the King is noted though as a secondary option. Especially because it's on Netflix. That could be easy, but it's set in Belgium, 1995. The disturbing disappearance of two young girls upsets the population and triggers an unprecedented media frenzy. Okay. Yeah, add that to the watch list. So that's the second out of competition film out of here that's still in fiction. Then, of course, this is probably... Why was this not Neomore's anticipated film?
My boy...
So this film is called Broken Rage, 62 minutes long.
I got Kiyoshi Kurosawa as my number one. This is probably my number 2 or 3. Right?
Yeah, they said
this is like my Tsukamoto of this year at Venice. You know, it's Takeshi Kitano.
Did you see that there's from the filmmaker who did the Ryocho Sakamoto documentary? There's another one this year. Well, we'll get to that in a second, like later on. But there's another one from that same filmmaker. Well, although maybe the filmmaking behind shooting that wasn't like crazy, but yeah, apparently from what he said in the announcement was that especially big fans of Kitano are going to get a lot out of it. So it really spoke to you directly there.
Sure. I mean, I've seen 4 of his films. I've seen Sonatine. I've seen Violent Cop. I've seen Kids Return. I think Kids Return is his best movie. But I think my favorite movie is Violent Cop. I just absolutely love the way he acts.
Violent Cop is crazy.
Attitude.
Yeah.
But Kids Return is probably my if I have to pick his best movie so far, I do think it's Kids Return. But you're in the actor section, not the director section.
I was about to say like Battle Royale. I don't remember him directing that. That's. Yeah, I've seen.
I don't know which one I'm gonna put in the watch list, to be honest, because I could.
I'm just gonna go with Sonatine. This one
think
played at Gun and we missed it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll probably
last
watch
year.
that one as well. If
I don't know if it's out. I guess it came out digitally in Japan. Issue was there in a Gun that they had basically no screenings for it, and we had to.
They had it in the screening like far away. From
I don't know why the fuck they did that. It was actually quite annoying. But you said Kids Return is pretty good.
Yeah, Kids Return is fucking great.
I'll add 2 of his films on the list. So
I'll watch probably Brother as well because I'm quite intrigued in that. Because he's like an American, like it's kind of a Brother. Kind of looks like a bro. What's the Jackie Chan and the other bro? What's
I don't know.
Nah, well, what's the?
Oh, you mean the do you mean the team up between him and another American guy?
Yeah. What's he called again?
It's not Beverly Hills Cop.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour, yeah.
Like, it kind of looks like a Rush Hour type movie, the Brother one. So I'm gonna watch that one.
Yeah.
Jesus, how long would it take me to get up to Rush Hour?
It's fine. It's only a live stream. Then Baby Invasion we already talked about.
Baby Invasion we talked about. Oh my! I gotta say
of course. Add it on the watch list and put it off of it. Yes. Spam it. Spam the shit out of it. It's gonna be like for people in my activity, they're going to love that. I guess it didn't do it. That would have been funny if it's like put off the watch list, on the watch list, off the watch list.
Yeah, Wild Clouds we've talked about as well.
Of course. What should I watch? I'm definitely like I had Cure open a bunch of times. I already have it on the list as number 1. Should I watch anything else?
I'm gonna watch Tokyo Sonata.
Right.
And I also have Journey to the Shore, but that's because just I own a Blu-ray, so of it. Because yeah.
Yeah, I definitely will see Cure. I wanted to for the last couple of days. I just didn't get around to it.
You should look dope too.
I just wasn't in the mood for something as serious as this, and I wanted to find the time.
It's a very moody film, but also you've seen Pulse, so you can know the vibe you're gonna get.
Yeah, I've seen Pulse though. If you look at it a while ago, it was in 2019, so feels like a lifetime ago.
I prefer Pulse over Cure.
Okay, I like Pulse, but I definitely I saw this early into studying film. This was literally like one of the first weeks at uni. So for me, I think revisiting it, I'll maybe appreciate it a bit more. But I'm very much looking forward to this. So it's Ryusuke Yoshi is an ordinary person. We talked about it before, but I'm very much looking forward to it. Then Finalement. We got another fiction film in here from Claude Lelouch. No plot about it, and I didn't write anything.
Oh, cut me that! I know the fucking guy. Bienvenue.
What are you just went French, and I got no clue what you said.
The actor, the first actor.
Cadmerat. Yeah, of course. Of course, we know him from movies. Yeah, anything you'll watch from this director?
I think I added A Man and a Woman to it, but that's it.
Damn, 1966. This dude is old as fuck. Bro is old.
Hey, let's not discriminate him. No.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't drop out of the race. But yeah. Anyways, Wolves.
I feel like we need a bad joke counter.
It's not a joke. I just it was a reference.
Nah, bro. It was an attempt at a joke and it failed.
Thanks for being so supportive.
Always.
And not throwing me for the Wolves. All right, John Watts.
Cop Car is the best one.
Yeah, okay. I'll put that on the list. I've only seen his Spider-Man films so far. And of course, Peter's to-do list.
If you watch Cop Car, then you can actually do way better.
Yeah, I feel like, from just doing Spider-Man films, you get no idea of what he is like as a filmmaker.
I mean, I think he's become. He's somewhat become a commercial, gun of a director.
Yeah, that's why you have this sort of cast that's an easy to sell cast, and it's an Apple production, and usually the way that they do it is also Plan B. That's Brad Pitt's production studio. The way that they go about distribution is they get someone else who they pair up with to do the cinematic distribution and pay a lot of the actors up front. That's their model that they've gone with, which makes no like monetary sense, but yeah, this one already has a trailer and everything up for it. I feel like a lot of people are already sold on it, and I'm not super looking forward to it, but I'm ready for it to be good. But crime thriller comedy, I mean, if it sticks to the landing, could be quite fun. And yeah, there's a short film from Alice Rohrwacher, Out of Competition. And we don't know much about it, if I'm not mistaken. An Italian film. There's another short film that's part of the Out of Competition fiction. Well, I guess it's
like a duo. Oh, because I saw Alice Rohrwacher and I was like, oh.
Yeah, Alice Rohrwacher Jr. and you're like, wait, there's a junior.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
like
it wasn't it.
Places,
and from Marco Bellocchio, who I'm not familiar with. He has another short film. I think there's another short film in the festival from Andreas Reffen.
Yeah, Nicholas.
And it's going to be paired up with a classic screening of one of his older films. Which, by the way, I'm not watching anything from this dude. He has a short film in here. I really, really hated Kidnapped. I think the sound mix was horrible.
I've heard good things of the trailer.
It's of the trailer, yeah. This one wasn't great. I feel like it's always weird when the Letterboxd rating is then so different from my impression of it. But yeah, that's also got Pierfrancesco Favino in it. I don't think for a short film I'm going to watch a whole movie in preparation.
No.
But there's also a bunch of, I guess the series would be the best place to talk about them now here, and maybe some stuff on it is already out on IMDb. So we got the Alfonso Cuarón series.
We've got series from Winterberg.
Yeah, no,
and Joe Wright. I mean,
none of them are skippable. That's the unfortunate thing.
None of them are skippable because I told you, like, we're not doing any series this year. Fuck the series. Last year was a waste of time. And then they come out with 3 big names attached to series.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if they've done all the episodes. Probably not, because like it's like the
no, they're doing all of them,
right? Like Park Chan-wook.
Yeah,
done only really 2 or 3 episodes, and the rest.
They're doing all of it. They're doing all of it. Because they had the runtimes of it in there. They wouldn't have the runtimes, and like for some of them, they did say, like for this one, Out of Competition special screenings. This one was part 2 and 1 and 2 that they show. The film has 4 parts in total, but for the series, they were just saying that like this is the runtime. And I think a lot of it is going to be shown earlier in the festival because it's so many of them. They don't have the luxury of, like, the way that they did it last year was they had one on the Thursday in the morning and in the afternoon, and then on the last day I feel like there was an option to finish the show on
but we didn't
in one day or maybe the day after or something like that. And I feel like a lot of it will come down to us having to do that. But like, if you like, let's just add these just for funsies. Let's add up these numbers. So we got 343, we got 448, we got 345, which, by the way, you don't even add in the time that you need breaks in between these, because they're definitely going to be split up into multiple parts as well. So that's 1,548 minutes. Divide that into hours, and that's fucking 26 hours.
Oh no.
Of just 4 series.
No, but like,
that is crazy.
No, but like,
that is crazy.
You and like, do we want to go to Venice now?
I mean, I want to go twice in like 2 different timelines where I can split myself, and like, that's impossible.
But to be
like,
fair, I'm not watching the new use one. I'm only watching families like ours.
Let's have a look at all 4 of them and get an impression of it. So this first one is a 7-episode mini-series. That's the one from Cuarón. It stars Kate Blanchett, Sacha Baron Cohen, Kevin Kline. Follows Catherine Ravenscroft, a television documentary journalist whose work has been built on revealing the transgressions of long-respected institutions. And I mean, the series, we maybe should look at like when the series will premiere as well. Like, of course, we want to see the Corone series.
This one is Apple TV Plus.
And like, you know, I could even maybe ask Apple to, like, if that show is already there, then like that might be one that maybe we get access to virtually, and that would be a lifesaver. So we don't have to worry about like watching it in person.
To be fair, watching Corone production on the big screen is also a privilege. That should not be.
Sure, but not for 345 minutes when it means we don't get to see other films.
The shortest out of all of them.
That's like, if you say this, that's like, so by 2 minutes. Anyways.
And plus, I can skip the Joe Wright one. Honestly, if I have to pick two, I'll only pick the Corone one and the Winterberg one, because I know the Winterberg one is gonna be emotionally like shattering because of his, like, you know, obviously his tragic, the tragic loss of his daughter around the same time, just before he shot another round. So I'll probably guess it's inspired by that. I'm very intrigued to see how he deals with that, with those emotions in a production. But yeah, the Joe Wright one is an Italian one.
Dude, really I wanted to go through it one by one, and you're taking away my agency. The thing is, like, for these, I didn't see anything. Like, I can't even find them on IMDb. Like, none of these have directed before, which is weird. So I'm a bit confused about this one. Let's have a look at the Winterberg one, so maybe people can familiarize themselves with what he's done. Wait, why does it say 2023 for this one? Do I have the wrong thing? I don't, right? Is this the right thing?
Nikolai Lee Klaas, let's go. I love that guy.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, he's done the Department Coup movies, which I absolutely adore.
Right. Yeah, Riders of Justice.
And Riders of Justice also, yeah.
Yeah.
Great actor, honestly.
And then Thomas Winterberg, of course, The Hunt, obviously. Another Round. Yeah, that's it's a hard one to skip, so we'll definitely be checking this one out. For some reason it says like 2023. It's a bit like, I don't know why the listing is wrong there. And then the Joe Wright one, M Son of Century. We don't really have a lot on these series yet for some reason. Yeah, I can't find it. I gotta go. IMDb is such a shitty place to find stuff. Although Letterboxd is not that much better and that much different, to be honest. It's a bit better, but not that much. So that, of course, director of Pride and Prejudice, Atonement, of course, Cyrano, Woman in the Window. So he's had a couple of misses recently. But upcoming stuff: Stoner, The Agency, and Il Figlio del Secolo, which is in post-production at the moment, it says. The Chronicles of Rise, Chronicles of the Rise of Power of Italian dictator Mussolini, and History of the Country that Surrendered to Dictatorship. So, is there anything from, I guess, these three directors, Joe Wright, Cuarón, and Winterberg, that we should put on our watch list before
I haven't seen Roma.
That's an easy one to add on there. I haven't seen Atonement from Joe Wright, so that goes on the list for me. For Alfonso Cuarón, just for time's sake, I'm going to copy his name. I can definitely write it out without any spelling errors, so don't even at me.
I just looked.
I've seen a bunch of his stuff. I'll put the Mama Tabien on my watch list, because that's one that I own on Blu-ray. And then for Winterberg,
Good for you.
okay, but then for Winterberg, I've seen The Hunt, Another Round. I haven't seen The Celebration. Have you seen
Apart from Manning Crowd? That's a decent one.
Man in Crown? So you would go for this over The Celebration?
Yeah, and it's not celebration, it's festen, but Kursk is not
is this
good.
Wait, isn't this part of the Dogma?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's like the movie that started it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that would be tonally so different from what he's, because Dogma is only Dogma. There's no real comparison to Dogma anymore. So yeah, I'll put that on the watch list, and then for these, yeah, there's nothing here. And again, there's this thing. I don't know if there's anything about this, but I feel like that's another one that will likely going to skip. The only thing I can find about it is like something completely different on IMDb from 2014. It's also a 4-part miniseries, so I don't know. Maybe it's in production since 2014.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting tired, so
who's a little sleepy boy?
I'm probably gonna leave you. I'll just say the ones that I'm looking forward to right now, which are Marco. I don't know why, but it just intrigued me from the still that was released with the announcement. So, and the director also has 2 movies that are a bit revered. So, I'll probably watch those. Seeking Haven for Mr. Rambo. I saw like a cute dog in the still as well they released, so I thought, why not? That dog looks cute.
Yeah, you're more of a dog person than I.
Is one that I'm also really looking forward to. John Magaro. It's also one of those actors that when I see, I get like, oh my god, it's John Magaro. Who is also famous from the recent past lives. He's the white guy in the relationship.
Yeah.
If you don't know him by name. Yeah. Very looking forward to that one. King Ivory, again, a Ben Foster movie. Ben Foster is also one of those actors where I'm like, he never gives a bad performance.
Again, has he led a film before?
Bo, you haven't seen Leave No Trace. You haven't seen Leave No Trace. That's his best performance of all time. All time. And Hello High Water is also amazing, but you know, you haven't seen that obviously. And I believe that's it. So yeah.
The fuck is this?
That's about it.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and then in the coming weeks and months and whenever we head to Venice, you also join me to cover the fest.
Hopefully we'll get our accreditation soon, so
fingers crossed. Yeah, it feels, I was like really hoping that I called them today. I called the number that was like supposed to be foreign press office. Like it was a number, I typed it in. I was on the phone and she was like, oh yeah, you connected to the wrong one. I was like, I typed the one in on your website that was for cinema. I was like, no, you got the wrong one. I was like, okay. Just hung up, and like instead of just, I would have had to call her again because it was the number. I got the right number. And she just was like, when some European or especially French or Italian people just tell you you're wrong, you're just like, okay, I guess I'm wrong. So yeah,
I'm wrong. Thank you for gaslighting me into thinking I'm wrong. Yeah.
So I couldn't get information. I really was trying to get, like, before we get the reveal of all of this festival stuff, I tried to get the information out of them, but we just have to wait and see, and really keep our fingers crossed. We've done great coverage. Even if we don't get in, that it would be a miss for them. And yeah, hopefully you got some stuff on your watch list as well. Kev, before you leave us, could you let's open up that list of your Venice watch list real quick.
Oh yeah.
And have a look at all the stuff that you got in here. I've seen 7 of those 44 that you got on your list. Yeah, so this is the list. You can also get it over on
you know what?
Rudy Films or Kevin Films.
I forgot to say that.
Yep.
There is a movie on there from the director of Her Smell. Of Her Smell.
Alex Ross Perry.
Yeah. The Pavements, I believe it's called.
Pavement, wasn't that
movie?
I think Pavement is one of the ones that unfortunately isn't on Letterboxd yet. I do have it here.
It literally is. I saw it.
Oh, it's now on that. Yeah, it wasn't when I was making the list, but
like go back to the director of Her Smell.
Untitled Pavement film. Okay.
Yeah.
I was putting together the bottom of the list kind of lazily, At the start, I was like going through all of the directors, but so I'll like update the list as well in the
Pavement
upcoming
film,
days.
That's also one I'm really intrigued for. So
What's
yeah,
The
those
Colony?
are movies.
Oh, September
You've
5th.
apparently
Oh,
seen
okay.
it, so
Yeah, I've seen Her Smell. I was kind of.
you've seen The Colony.
Which movie was that? That might have been another festival movie. Oh yeah, Tides. Okay, Tides. I was like, I didn't know that movie got a new. I saw it when it was called Tides.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. I saw it August 6th. I saw it in did it premiere in Locarno? I did see it in Locarno. If it played there, I don't know. I don't remember. Sometimes it does blend together, you know, watching the amount of movies that I do. Sometimes, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me, Kev. I will be going over some of the other stuff to finish out my watch list.
Yeah.
But yeah. You'll see Kev on the channel soon. You can find his links all the way at the bottom of the description. Kev?
Oh my god, I'm in the description now.
You are in the description, your Twitter, and I think your letterbox is linked. If you want to follow the guy who knows more than you do about movies and he lets you know about it, then you can go follow Kev.
I love that to do that to you.
He loves to be a daft little prick, but I appreciate him for it.
Nuisance to Ewan, but that's what makes.
Hey, it drives me to see more movies.
Great content.
It does. It's actually like beneficial for us all. But yeah. All right. You have a good night.
All right.
And
good night, everyone.
I will be continuing for a bit. So we are still in not even basically like halfway through, I guess this. All right, let's have a look. What else we got in here? We were last at the short film and the closing film. I guess we didn't get to the closing film. Kev, you got to get back in here. We didn't talk about L'Orto Americano, which is another Italian film. We don't know much about it, other than it's directed by Pupi Avata, another really old director that maybe there's something that's worth seeing from the 70s from here. It's pretty well regarded. And Zetter. Is this a horror film? Mystery horror film. And this one is also another horror film. And this one is also regarded as horror. So it does make sense if we end up watching this. So that goes on to the watch list. And then Zetter. Look, that's just like such classics, like 80s aesthetics, maybe even 70s. Kind of makes me want to check it out as well. But I won't. I will have some restraint to actually put a reasonable I can't talk anymore. A reasonable amount of movies onto my preparation list. I will get to the movies that Kev mentioned in a second, so I'll close these again. This is a triptych movie again. I think it's 212 minutes or something like that. It's another really long one. But triptych, if you don't know, is like basically anthologies, or not even anthologies, like a story told in threefold that are usually not really connected. So the way that what a triptych means, there's like visualizations of it. It's basically, let's see if this, like I'm opening up in another thing, so make sure that I show you one that's not TOS. Nope, never mind. I did it wrong. I should have probably just like done the one thing because it showed more, which might have something on that you're not supposed to see. But it's basically like there's a main image at the center, and then there's like two other things on the side. That's a triptych in art, and you can do the same in movie form. And this is what this movie is: Bestiari, erbari, and lapidari. I don't know what country it's from. It's another Italian film, a Swiss-French-Italian co-production. Is an encyclopedic documentary whose non-human protagonist tells us about humans. Film is divided into 3 volumes, about 40 minutes, each dealing with a single subject: animals, plants, and stones. Yeah, documentary. I'm not usually one who easily jumps on documentaries unless the topic really intrigues me. I can't really say that about this yet, especially because we already have like a ton of these like super long movies in the runtime. Maybe I can find it real quick, but it's another one that's like It's at 40 minutes. If you add that up, that's like 160. That's 2.5 hours, and I think it's even longer than that. So I don't know if we can make the time for it. Then another one out of competition. There's a bunch. These are basically the 2 non-fiction ones out of competition. But if we have a look here, there's a ton that I just couldn't find on Letterboxd yet. Probably find them at some point, but yeah, we'll have a closer look at them closer to the festival. This one was another one that's basically like Swedish to be about Israel-Palestine conflict. For I think this is another like 4 hour, yeah, 102 minutes long. Jesus Christ, just the thought of it makes me dizzy. Oh god. And then there's a movie about like a journalist who sneaks past without a press pass into the Russian front. And then there's I think 2 films that are from the side of Ukraine that are in here. And I think there's one from an Iranian filmmaker, or maybe that's another one in another section there. But there's a ton about like war. If I'm looking at this one is one from the States about like people being separated at the border. One about John Lennon and Yoko Ono from Kevin MacDonald, which is the director that I got to interview not too long ago at the Zurich Film Festival. I still haven't edited, and don't tell that to the publishers, but I still haven't published my interview with him for this film. It's still coming. It's a bit embarrassing, but I feel like the Mauritanian was good. I do get a gauge of what he does as a documentary filmmaker, so I probably won't be watching anything else in preparation for this one. And then, yeah, there might be something that stands out here, but it really depends on our schedule. Usually the way that Venice works is like you get 2 main competition films in the morning and the evening. There's 21 of them in total over 10 or 11 days. You can see that you watch about 2 competition films. Then in the early afternoon, maybe it's even like 2 competition films are the first 2 films that you watch, and then you move on. And sometimes there's like a midnight screening, like the run from Harmony Corinne, but then the Orizzonti stuff is usually in the afternoon, and you can kind of space it out that way. And usually it used to be that way, that you, at least the 2 years that I was there, that you basically could space it out so you see all of competition and a bunch of Orizzonti without having to sacrifice just like prioritizing one over the other. But with the overlapping and long run times, it's likely that we're not going to get to all of it. Then I feel like there's a couple of special screenings down here that we haven't gotten to before we get to Orizzonti, which usually Orizzonti is going to go over quick. Maybe some of them already have another movie out there, but for a lot of them it's going to be like that breakout thing to actually make it to Venice. But Riefenstahl is one that's about Leni Riefenstahl, so it's like about Nazis and World War II, and it's definitely going to be like a highly contentious and talked about film. I don't really know what to make of it so far, but again, of course, a documentary could be interesting. Again, a lot of it about war this year. And then I think this is to honor Peter Weir, sorry. We get a screening of this film with Paul Bettany, James Darcy, and Russell Crowe. And yeah, probably won't be watching this. I mean, we can literally watch it before. I don't think there's a need to watch it at the festival again. Then Beauty Is Not Sin is a film from Nicholas Winding Refn, which will be screened with his, I think, first film or one of his first films, Pusher. There's going to be a classic version that's going to be rescreened at the festival, and yeah, they're going to pair it up with the short film. Again, this is not another film that I'll probably check out, because for 7 minutes it's a bit of a harder sell. I might, if I can, put that on the watch list, because it's you know, a bit easier to do, but I don't know if it's actually like really necessary, because I don't know if we'll go to a screening for 7 minutes to actually end up walking out of it, but we'll see. Especially because in Venice you can't double book a ticket, so they really like in Cannes you can book and overlap and then cancel and whatever. In Venice they won't let you book a ticket if the runtime overlaps, which can be sometimes a bit annoying if you just like decide to leave early out of another screening to go catch another one. But we'll see what will happen this year. Then Nonostante, is this already? This is the Orizzonti, so we moved on to Orizzonti. Is the opening film over there, and it comes from director who has made a name for himself mainly in a lot of the acting roles he's had. It's an Italian actor who I have not seen in much, but I have seen him in a couple of things. I remember this film came out earlier this year, or I guess last year, but it has made the rounds in couple of places here in Switzerland. It even had 3 different release dates listed here. It did incredibly well here. Obviously not going to translate to like his directorial thing here, but hey, I'm probably going to watch it. I don't think I'm going to watch anything in preparation for it. Maybe this, I'll add it onto the list just because it's on Netflix, so it's quick and easy. But yeah, before we actually move on to the rest of Orizzonti, I don't want to leave so people leave as well. I do need to go to the toilet real quick, and then we'll finish it out with the rest of all of these. All right, let's close it out. Oh, okay. It's been a minute, man. It's longer than the actual coverage that we did for Venice last year. Although the recording was about the same. All right. The music that we got is like pretty... Let's actually switch it up. Dude, the Super Mario... Like, this is just goated. It's just great. Really got to replay those games as well. Anyways. Mona from Anne-Sophie Bailey. Also seems to have not really come out anywhere other than it had a little premiere, but nothing outside of that. Mona lives with her 30-year-old son, Joel, in a modest apartment in Créteil. Joel is late, as they say. He works in a specialized center. He passionately loves his colleague Ocean, who is also mentally disabled, but Mona knows nothing about this relationship. When Ocean gets pregnant, the decision must be taken, and the close relationship between mother and son falters. All right, it's a French film. That's probably going to be enough for me to go check it out. Although that logline didn't super intrigue me so far. Then this is from a filmmaker who had a filming competition in 2019, and she won Best Actor for it. So that's a Son. So if I can, I will actually give this one a watch, because it's an award-winning film. I assume it's for... Oh, I've seen him and stuff. I don't know what performance ended up getting the award. Maybe I could have a look at... Maybe it says over here in the little... No? No. Doesn't say either. I'll have to look into that, but I'll keep this on the... this is on a close watch. So it's a Tunisian film. Aya, 30-year-old Tunisian, lives in Douzour, a city of southern Tunisia. At the gates of the desert, between social dictates, conservatism, and disillusionment, Aya is not the happiest girl in the world. One day a misfortune befalls her. AI doesn't know yet that this will be the most beautiful thing that has ever happened to her, an unexpected opportunity for this young woman who sees her life completely questioned. So she's going to get pregnant? Is that it? That may be something different. Happy holidays. So this is a Palestinian Israeli type film is what I think the short description said, like what they said when they announced it. Rami deals with his Jewish girlfriend's opposition to abortion. His mother complicates things while seeking compensation for her daughter Fifi's accident. Miri plans to terminate her sister's pregnancy with Rami, who's Arab. And Fifi struggles to hide her non-virginity to save her family's reputation. Sure, if it's good, not something that I'll seek out if I have to, because it seems like heavy subject matter. Oh, there's a bug. Sarah Friedland. This is an American film. Familiar Touch is a coming of old age story. It follows the octogenarian woman transitions to life in assisted living as she contends with conflicting desires and self narratives amidst her shifting age, identity and memory. Okay, this sounds super intriguing to me. Is there anything else that I can watch before? Don't think, other than virtual world premiere in 2020. Yeah, no, this never... Maybe you can find it somewhere in digital, but I doubt it. And then Home Exercise is a short film. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a... Oh, it's an actual debut, so I guess... Was this other thing also a short film? Oh yeah, this was also a short film. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I could find it easily online. Actually, no. Actually, I'll add it to the list if I can find it online. Otherwise, I'll take it off. Marco Polo. Sorry, I did that joke before with Kev. He's got that on his watch list. I will follow, but I don't know what got him intrigued, other than I guess what he said, the first initial still that he saw of it. But yeah, these two films, The Endless Trench, it's out on Netflix in a lot of places, so I'll put that over there. Pretty well received film. That is Spanish. So it's the filmmakers are Spanish, I assume. Yeah, and Basque as well. I will probably just watch the first one and then see if I'm super intrigued, and I'll watch the next. Carissa. So we're back to, I think, Venice a couple of years ago. Not this year. This had it also, like with Enea and Holly and Priscilla. But they basically just had female first names. It's just something or Dali. As like the title. I think it was even more in the year before. But I won't look back at that list right now. But hey, we got it here with Marco, with Carissa. What's Carissa about? In a small mountain village about to be developed into a luxury golf estate, a young woman has to make a choice: go to the city and become a success in life, or take over her grandfather's rooibos farm. From South Africa. I don't think we've gotten a ton of films from South Africa, so I'm actually quite intrigued. Never an X-Train, and then this, yeah, nothing about this here, and this one, yeah, a short film. So it's going to be another debut, kind of. Oh, this is also a novel adaptation. I forgot to say that. And this one is a debut. So that's like what Horizonte is for, right? Not for the novel adaptations, but maybe for a bit of a like debut films. I didn't note it down for every single one, just when I noticed them mentioning it on when they announced it. Peter Karekis, 107 Mothers. Alright, it's quite liked by my mutuals. I can ignore Patrick mostly because he seems to be quite negative on a lot of films that I would say I would give a shot. So it's great. I can watch something from this dude before I get to say Wishing on a Star. A simple but effective way to change your destiny by traveling on the day of your birthday. Luciana, a Neapolitan astrologer, promises her clients a method to make their wishes come true. All they need to do is to take a birthday trip to a certain destination to be reborn under a new sky. Okay, Whether Taipei, Beirut, or a nearby village during the birthday journeys, the protagonists discover what they really desire. It's bittersweet. It's a bittersweet exploration of the struggles we all face in our quest for life change. Okay. Sure. Can be kind of sweet. Again, with all of these, it will depend on our schedule more than our interest. But hey, we're not against checking these out. And then Elizabeth Lowe. Stray. Okay, so she's done the full movie before. Pretty positively received. Experienced the bustle of Istanbul street life through the eyes of 3 stray dogs. Yeah, I'll check it out. And teacher Wang works as a Mistress Dispeller in China, hired to break up affairs by any means necessary. Okay. Through one of her cases, we explore the ways class, capital, culture collide to shape romantic relationships in contemporary China. Okay, I was about to say that sounds a lot like a documentary. And I mean, the other one, Strays, was also a documentary, so that does make sense. But it just has me a bit less interested. But maybe I'll give it a shot. And then we are still in Horizonte in just a normal competition. Yeah, no, nothing I should pay attention to here. Of Dogs and Men. 16-year-old Da returns to her kibbutz seeking her lost dog amid a terror spree, navigating horror as well, encountering the unfolding disaster beyond the fence, caught between those seeking revenge and those keeping faith in humanity. So this is a film shot like basically like really close to the Hamas attacks. And it seems to be, from the way that they described it in the lineup, not just like a side of the devastating loss on the Israeli side, but also looking through it at the lens of like just overall violence. At least I feel like that's the vibe that I got from it. So that this could be quite interesting. It doesn't say, and I felt like it was a like obviously based on reality, but it didn't seem to be like an actual documentary. But yeah, this could be quite interesting. The Vanishing Soldier is another one that never got like a big release here, so it might be a bit difficult to catch up on any of the director's previous work. So we got the last two, and just like Horizonte, just normal. L'attachement, The Young Lovers, is their most popular film. That premiered at a French festival in Rome, and then it came out on physical and digital only in France, so it might be a bit difficult to get my hands on it. And also doesn't have like the most favorable reviews, so it might just be like one where I don't know if we need to prep for it. And this is a debut feature, and there's no details about it, at least on Letterboxd. But yeah, that's Horizonte, just a normal one. Let's see the films that aren't on Letterboxd, so that just I couldn't find at the time there. So there's Quiet Life, Familia, One of the Days When Hem Dies. That's another debut. The New Year That Never Came, a Romanian film. Poyasur, a Nepalian film, second film. That's, I think, about like they mentioned trans identity and like the kind of the contradictions between like a small town antics, I think is what it was going for. I'm not entirely sure. Pavements, again from the Her Smell director, Doc on the Band. Then Happy End from the director who did the Ryosuke Hamaguchi documentary, where he basically was just playing piano. This one, Opus, from Neosora. It also played at last year's Gun. Sorry, at last year's... I keep saying Gun for some reason. So this one's called Happy End. Maybe I just heard that wrong. I just wrote that down when he said it. So... yeah, no. Kev has that on his watch list, so it might be correct. The, like, Earthquake and Happy End is just, like, the wrong thing here. But I don't know. We'll have to keep a look on these lists. And, again, they will be updated, so you can check it out. Link below as well. And then there is also the 4th edition of the Horizonte Extra section. So we already have the Horizonte films that seem to be like a horizon to look out on the future of cinema. Like Spielberg said, you know, you tilted up a bit towards the horizon. And the Horizonte extra section is even more of that. I think that's where we had last year's Stolen premiere in there. Really films where you maybe don't expect to get some gems out of there. But I mean, like Day of the Fight was another one that played there, I think. And Dormitory, I think, was in Horizonte extra. Yeah, this is extra, it even says on here. And I think Tatami was in, I think that one was in Horizonte. And I can't remember the best one that came out of Horizonte extra. Shadow of Fire, I think, was another one out of competition. And yeah, we basically focused... maybe The Land of Saints and Sinners was also another one that was in Horizonte extra. But it's nothing that's going to likely get into the top 10, top 15. But there might be some really solid, underrated films in there that, yeah, you wouldn't otherwise... notice. And with John Magaro in it, it gives it a bit of maybe extra eyes on it. Tim Fehlbaum, I've seen The Colony. I thought that film was decent, and yeah, showed him, like, at least from a director standpoint, he had a lot of like his own visual flair that he added to it. I don't think this poster is a great representation of the film. Maybe I can find the one that I saw when it was coming out. No, it doesn't look like anything I remember of it. But yeah, that's that. And then Vittoria. Let's see if there's anything that we could check out from them. California. Yeah, another one that, again, probably, yeah, played at Venice in 2021, which I wasn't there that year. I've been going since 2022 onwards. Yeah, so we might check that out then. The Mohican, again, not much on this yet. Night Ride. Okay, this has a release, so yeah, it gets added to the list of stuff that we can catch up on. Like, it increases the likelihood of us going for a film if we've already seen it, and like if we really dislike the filmmaker's style, then we might not go for the next film. But if we at least like are intrigued, then you know, it increases the chance of us checking it out. It's also a French film, so I wouldn't even have had to look that up. Easy choice. And then, yeah, this one with the dog. Hassan's dog is his only friend, was involved in a dangerous incident without guilt to become pursued by the state of Karam, Hassan's neighbor. This pushes Hassan to search for an unofficial and safe way to get Rambo out of the country and save him from his unknown fate. And this is another directorial debut. Yeah, and we'll gladly check it out. I think we'll definitely make time for that. At least Kevin will. And then King Ivory, based on an extensive research involving law enforcement and gang members, a never-before-seen authentic look inside the underworld of fentanyl tracking from gangs inside Oklahoma State Penitentiary, aka Big Mac. Yeah, an American film. And again, these two... Candyland... horror thriller. I mean, for horror, usually it dips a bit easier, under free. And then Kev is, of course, a fan of... I was about to say, that's not Jack Kilmer. I guess he's... Wait. What's his name? Yeah, no, I was going to say, like, these are not... Oh, Mike Rillo is what it is. It's getting late. It's getting late. But this doesn't look, from the poster-wise, it looks pretty bad. Addicts, drug running streets of rural Ohio, but maybe it ties a bit better into... Yeah, compared to this, it ties a bit better into the actual film, so I'll add that on the watch list as well, I guess. And then... two more Venice classics, and then we'll have a look at the rest. So Chain Reactions is another one I'm very much looking forward to. Exploration of the legacy of Tube Hooper's classic The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't seen any of these. Is this about Alien? Before Alien there was a Star Beast. Before Star Beast there was Memory. The untold origin behind Ridley Scott's Alien, rooted in Greek and Egyptian mythologies. I definitely need to see this one, because I'm about to, I mean, Alien, Prometheus, no, Romulus is about to come out. So, yeah, no better time than to catch up on the lore of Alien, and then I'll probably also check out Lynch and Oz. I never got to see this, although Kev didn't love it, but it's on Criterion. So I will give that a try, and then I will revenge this world with love. That's a long title. So that's a first time director thing, or have they done anything else before? Nope. Okay, so that's first thing. Yeah, it doesn't interest me that much just from looking at it here. So Orizzonti Extra, there's La Storia del Franca El Nina, an Italian film. There's an Iranian film. This was the one that I mentioned before in the ones where I thought it might be non-fiction out of competition. Yeah, this is an Iranian film debut from a director who's of course ousted by the Iranian regime as well. I think there was like a mention of a director who's also worked with quite why I want to say accredited, quite esteemed directors from Iran before, but I don't know which one it was. Then After Party, another debut from the Czech Republic, and a Turkish film from Edge of the Night. So it's not like for any of these we'll have a ton to add to our prep and watch list. Something that I'm really looking forward to is Miyazaki, L'Esprit the Spirit of Nature, essentially. And that could be interesting. I don't know if by now. No, it's still not on Letterboxd. And Leo Favir. Writer, director? No. Okay, so we have to wait for some of these. That's why like there's a ton of stuff that is on here. By the time everything is on here, I'll have a complete list of every single film in here, so you can search through it. If you just click on this, it changes the view as well, so you can see what selection it's in, and some of them do have some notes next to it. I will be adding to this if there's anything that changes, if there's any last minute additions. But yeah, there's a couple of other films in classics that could be quite interesting. Basically like documentaries about filmmaking. The year before the last one, I think it wasn't this year. I don't think we caught much, if anything, from Gun Classic last year, but there was one on Tokyo, no, what was it? Midnight Cowboy. But it felt more like a video essay than an actual movie. So these can be really hit or miss. So it will probably be like a secondary screening that will end up catching one of these. But again, by the density of films and their runtime, it is unlikely that we'll make time for all of them. And a lot of them don't even have the runtime in here yet. But if you look at the longest ones, there's a bunch in here that are just like 245, 160, 155, 135. A lot of the stuff that I guess isn't on Letterboxd is really long, and the series as well. But hey, that's pretty much it for today, though. Whew, thanks for tuning in. Again, link below. Not on Twitch. I guess you got to switch on over to YouTube for that. Is the lists for both my Venice list and the one for Netflix, and after I'll post it in chat as well. So this is the TIFF watch along. TIFF remote watch is this one, and then I'll post the I'll put it into the YouTube one, so I'm not posting it in there, but as soon as the stream has ended, I will be adding that into the description. Prep watch list. So for those who do want to join along, again, that series will likely be on my personal YouTube channel. That's also linked below in the description of the YouTube channel. Go check that out. Then there's also if you guys are on the YouTube watching the live stream, we also just opened up a gaming channel. We also are on Twitch now, so we were multi-streaming. So go give that a try if you're interested in games. Over the next couple of days, I'll be playing through new games, for some demos, through some games that I've wanted to play for a long time. Initially, it was the plan that we end up playing. One second, that we end up playing. One sec. That we end up playing Gris today, but I just, we've been live for 3.5 hours now, and I feel like I definitely need to have a fresh mind to get into that. But thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know what you want to hear most about, like, from these festivals. TIFF at Venice, do you get to go? What's your most anticipated? All of that. Yeah, let us know in the comments below. And yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for Kevin for coming on. And yeah, have a good rest of your night. And yeah, keep the fingers crossed for us that we get to go to Venice, because we don't know yet 100% that's going to come to fruition. Then we haven't arrived at midnight yet, so I can't talk about Deadpool and Wolverine beyond a social reaction yet, but we'll probably get back to posting reviews in the next coming days on my own channel. And then Lachlan and I are actually recording episode for the pod a bit earlier, so we might have the review for Deadpool and Wolverine up sooner than expected. Might even be on Thursday. But yeah, lots to come. We're working on westerns with Kev. Obviously the guy has a lot of passion and a lot to say, and we appreciate it. We are a yapping podcast, so that's perfect for us. But other than stalling for the song to end, I don't have anything else, so just gonna say goodbye. Have a good night. Do something good for you. Drink enough water. Go for a late night walk. Maybe you're in the US and it's like I've gotten my steps in. I walked 7k steps today, so that's a good thing you can do. Yeah, look after yourself, watch some movies, and I'll see you soon. Tomorrow should be live again, not on the YouTube channel though, but on the gaming one, so go subscribe to that one if you not want to miss that. But thanks for watching. Bye bye.